This is the OK Show, and we are on. My name is Iceman.
Yeah, Rod Rodriguez, what's up?
What's up? Day after Father's Day. How was it, my bro?
Back to reality, my bro. It's I saw Fatherhood yesterday. I hope you saw it. I hope you've seen it. I was thinking about you the whole time. Watching the movie.
A fatherhood.
Fatherhood. Kevin
Yeah,
Hart.
I watched Mulan. I was like, I watched
geez.
Mulan.
No problem.
But it's still
on
about
Netflix.
fatherhood. It was still
It is,
about
it is, it
fatherhood.
is.
Yeah, but I was
It's
like,
just not
I'm
as
gonna
funny.
watch it. I'm gonna
Probably
watch
not
it
as funny.
some other day. No, it
Probably
wasn't.
not
But
as funny.
it was okay.
No, but this one will hit you, bro. This one will hit you. I mean, I'm not gonna say like it's gonna hit you emotionally, but it's gonna hit you in a sense where holy cow, how it's parallels with your fatherhood situation. It's like it totally reminds me of you. I was watching it. I'm like, okay, not that Kevin Hart reminds me.
Wait
of
a
you,
minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's
Wait
like-
a minute. I'm just gonna cut you off.
What?
Did you
Because it's
forget what
Kevin
day
Hart?
it is today? No. Did you forget what day it is today?
Yeah, it's Makeover Monday. Raj, get my Louis Vuitton suit. Forgot to put on my Hugo Boss, man. Come on.
Man, I bought a Banana Republic polo shirt yesterday for this.
See, I want you to get your own, spotlight for tonight. The spotlight's on you.
Did you forget? Honestly, did you forget?
Okay, hold on. You have a new what?
What? No, I bought this
What-
yesterday. Well, it's a present.
What
for
is
my
it? What
wife.
brand is it?
It's a Banana Republic.
I don't know if you can read it, but read it. Read it.
Hang on. I can't read it. Tell me.
Read it. I don't know if you
Dude, hang on. I
Read
can't
it.
see it. For real, I can't see it. It's probably the camera
Hold on.
or the lighting.
Dynamic.
Hang on.
Okay.
All right. Artwork.
No. Hold on.
I love artwork.
Forget the
We
camera.
don't have artwork here.
I'll try to have it like on my shirt. I hope it doesn't
Okay,
show
okay.
anything.
Let's
incriminating.
see. M. It's an M, and it says Graphic Teens Banana Republic. Oh, we are brothers. We are brothers indeed.
You see, my friend?
All right. I
I'm
think I
not-
saw that shirt. I think I saw that shirt yesterday.
I'm not wearing my Hugo Boss, but I've got Banana Republic
That is
on.
very good.
T-shirt, though.
That is a very good brand. I got a
So-
shirt too. It says Tokyo Banana Republic. Yeah, I thought it was a Tokyo Olympics shirt, but then I checked out. I checked it out again tonight. It was just Tokyo Banana Republic. Ah, crap! I thought it was the Olympic shirt. Damn it!
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're repping the Banana Republic or the Republic
We're
of
not getting
Bananas.
paid. They don't have an ad with us, but
No. We wish. I wouldn't mind. Banana Republic has always had a really good reputation. When I was still going to school in the US, Banana Republic was one of those stores that I could not go into because it's expensive. And they had this I remember when around 7th grade or 8th grade, I had classmates who had everybody wore Banana Republic shirts, but the trademark back then was it said Banana Republic, and then it would have like a black and white like sketch, like a pencil sketch almost of like a wild animal,
Right.
like from Africa,
Mhm.
like a lion.
Yeah, see, this is an
giraffe.
elephant.
Yeah, an elephant. Yeah, yes. It's always about a wild animal.
I think now it's I've seen a lot of elephants in there, like with the shirts and even
Yeah.
with this one. So it's
Yeah,
it's probably elephant nowadays.
yeah.
But anyway.
Banana Republic has always been pricey. It's always been above the other shirt. Not that because we're wearing it, but I have like one or two Banana Rep shirts. That's it. But it's a brand that's like a notch above, like the Hollisters, the Hurleys, the Aeropostales, and all those other brands. That's more accessible for the common folks like us.
I think
So
it's the same company with Gap, but it's like the more expensive line.
yeah,
A little bit expensive, not that
that much.
expensive, but a
not
little
that
bit.
much. Not as much as like the Tommy Hilfiger.
No. Because yesterday. I wanted a Ralph Lauren polo shirt, but then I went in and I thought there was a sale or something. Then I checked out the price tags. And I'm like, damn it, no. I mean, I could have, but I'm like, no, this is impractical. I'm like, I still have
no.
I still have a few I haven't worn. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go around. And I went in Banana Republic, and they had a huge sale. So this was not really expensive. So it was okay.
Nice.
It's not. It's
Oh,
not. It's you know. It's yeah.
when
It's
Iceman
okay.
says it's
It's
not,
okay.
when Iceman says it's not expensive,
It's not. I'm a
it's
cheap
not. Yeah,
person.
he is. Yeah, it's
I'm
not.
very
It's not.
cheap. I'm very cheap.
Hold
I
on.
got this very cheap. Got lucky with it. Anyway, so you were saying about Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I
What's
was saying
that
about
about?
Kevin Hart. He kind of reminds me a lot about you. Just the way he reacts to things, his conversations with his like mother-in-law, and like his reasoning and like his reactions. I'm like, this is like deadpan. This is like straight up Iceman. It's not there. Oh, it's probably upstairs. Could you get it upstairs? Okay. All right. So, anyways, I'm not gonna be able to monitor the show, but that's okay. Anyways, people do let us know. All right, if we get kicked out on air or whatever the streaming, because we are totally oblivious to what's going on outside of the admin circle of the show. So there are things that happen. So if there's anybody out there already, if anybody's even tuned in on a Monday night, please do let us know ASAP via chat, so we can acknowledge you and we know that people can actually hear us
Yes,
outside. So
yes. We want to
all right.
know if
So
we are on.
how did
Oh
you celebrate
man.
Father's Day? You start.
No. We just stayed here, and we decided to go to the outlet just to check out some stuff. And guess my wife was like, "What, do you want something?" I'm like, "No, I don't want something." But I'm like, "All right, okay, maybe I want something. Let's just go to Toki." All right, so we went to Toki Premium Outlet, and yeah, but we didn't do anything fancy or anything. No, nothing like that. We just yeah,
Yeah.
we were chilling the whole day. Then I
Yeah.
played
I
basketball.
like with your basketball homies.
Yeah, it's a different group. It's because like basketball was cut off. It was on pause because of the state of emergency. Then I have to find other groups to join with. Then I started with this group last week, so
Mhm.
it's on a Sunday. So I should I'm taking what I can get because I really need exercise. I need to, let some steam off. So I went to this Sunday group. It's not really my group. The Wednesday group is like my group. Then I just recently joined a Friday group. But they're all starting this week. So, but like this Sunday, it was like, all right, let's just do a Sunday then. Need some exercise. So
Not
yeah, I
Filipinos,
played
right? All
basketball.
Filipinos?
No,
Is it
no,
an
no, no, no.
all? Okay.
I, yeah, I after my surgery, after I had that like really big accident, almost died. So better not to risk it
Risk it, risk it with that
with.
kind of basketball
Yeah, I mean, you know how
gameplay.
Filipinos play.
We know.
There's always
Absolutely.
manalod,
You know,
maniko,
it's too
and
personal.
yeah, you
It's
call in a
too.
foul and they're like, no, it's not a foul. Unlike the Japanese, they're the ones who's gonna say foul. Like if you're on the offense and the
Yeah,
defense will
they'll
say foul. Like
apologize. They will.
foul,
Yeah,
foul, my foul, my foul. And you don't even say anything. They're like, oh, it's foul,
that's
my
true.
foul, my foul.
That's true.
And you're like,
That's
that was
true.
foul. All right, fine, sure. So it's
That's
like
true.
I play with them. So
That's true.
like
We're our
safer.
basketball style is closer to the black folks' basketball style than the white folks. You know what I'm saying? It's
Too
kind of like how
physical.
we that's how we roll. Too physical, too all about me, too all about you did something wrong, I didn't,
Right,
you
right.
know, But
Terrible.
anyways, yeah, at least you got some exercise in. That's good. What did I do yesterday? Oh, gee, what was yesterday? Sunday. I watched an entire Netflix movie, which I rarely do. Usually, it's
Did
like
you check out Master of None? Not yet.
no, 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 because I had to finish Trece because I had to watch it in English dub, and oh my god, it's like
Little
50 million
Teresa.
times better. It's 50 million times better. Okay,
Did you watch
not.
it in English? In
I am
English?
patriotic. I am Filipino. I speak Tagalog, Bisaya, Ilonggo, Chabacano. Not that many, but I am Filipino, but there are just I don't know. For some reason, it's like I think it's the script writing sometimes where the words they use it's kind of too deep and it doesn't sound like a realistic Pinoy conversation.
Mhm.
Nandiyan na yung mga aswang. Mamumulat na tayo sa katotohanan. People don't really talk like that in real life. I mean, whereas like if you dub it in English, it sounds more like a real conversation between like two modern day people, and
Right.
it's different. And even my son agreed. He's like, "Papa, this is like I like it so much better in it dubbed in English." I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And this is Filipino. It's set in the Philippines, set in Manila, and and I watched one episode. I said to myself, okay, I'll watch one because I watched a couple episodes already. So I'm like, okay, let's check out episode 3. Let's check it out in English this time because I just found out from you guys that you can actually change it. I'm so stupid. Like all the while, I thought Trece was just exclusive to the Philippines. So I did, and I put it in English time, and I'm like, holy crap, I can't stop watching. So I started watching from 3 all the way to 7. Was it 7 episodes? But anyway, to the last one,
Six
and
six
I
episodes.
6 only. Okay, 6 episodes. I
Right.
finished the whole thing. And after I was thinking, okay, am I gonna watch Master of None? But Master of None is one of those things where I want to watch it with my AirPods by myself, and it's not
Right.
necessarily something I would want to watch it with Raj, with the family around, and the kids running around and going crazy. So I want to focus on the humor and the script writing. So I skipped that, and I went with Fatherhood since it was Father's Day, and I finished the entire film. I mean, it's very rare. My wife's the one who's notorious for like going through a whole season of like Grey's Anatomy in one sitting. I'm not that hardcore. Like I did that with Entourage before. I can't do that anymore. So now I like it's always like continue watching. I'll watch an episode, continue watching. Even with movies, I'll watch 30 minutes, continue watching. But this time I finished the whole season of Trece. I enjoyed it wholeheartedly. It's really good. I would still probably put Castlevania a notch above because I am a video game junkie and Castlevania holds a special place in my heart. But Trece is pretty darn good. And I watched the Trece After Dark. So I found out obviously the artist is from Davao. And
Yes.
right. And the writer is now in Denmark. He's Filipino, and that animation was done in Korea. So you know,
Yeah.
and the guy who directed it or maybe co-produced it, Jay Oliva, is
Hmm.
actually is in the his last name's Oliva. So my Lola's maiden name is Oliva. So I
Are
don't
you
know. But
related?
anyways, I'm claiming that's what we do. Filipinos do that. Every time we have the same last name as are you related to that guy Manny Pacquiao knocked out?
Lucero?
Yeah, you remember Manny Pacquiao knocked out a
Not
guy?
a chance. Not a
Yeah, of
chance.
course, because he got knocked out. Because he got knocked out.
Knocked out.
You got KOTF. Oh, but if he's not, you'd be like, yeah, cousin, twice removed. But
Probably.
anyways,
Yeah.
enough with my yesterday. I just saw a whole movie, which was Fatherhood. I highly
Oh, yeah.
recommend it.
Castle.
Good
Did you
movie.
mention Castlevania? Castlevania.
Castlevania.
Castlevania. Is that Filipino?
Actually, it should be Castlevania because it's in Transylvania. But I don't know. I grew up playing the video game in the States, which it's based
All
on.
right.
No, it's not. It's not Filipino. I don't know if there were Filipino
All right.
artists involved, but it's not Filipino. But in fairness, I would say Trece's animation is on par or probably even better than some parts of Castlevania. But I'm a video gamer,
Mhm.
so that's based on
All
a video
right.
game
All right.
series.
But Tres is not a
Anyways,
game, yeah? Tres is not a game. It's a comic.
it's a book. It's a series of books
It's a comic book,
with some
right?
artwork. Yeah. And it came out 2005.
Hang on. So you don't hang on. So you don't really watch animes, right? Because you just mentioned oh, it's really good Castlevania. I'm like, all right. I
They're
mean,
not animes. Those are not animes. Those are not considered animes. Anime
what are
would
they
be like
considered?
they're considered like animated action movie. They're not animes because they're not Japanese. It's not Japanese. Anime is like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Attack on Titans, Dragon Ball Z.
So hang on. So you're
Um,
telling me Tres is not an anime? It's like what? Like
it's not
what?
an anime, dude. It's made in
So
Korea. It's produced from Filipino writers. The animation style is not anime at all. It doesn't have the big eyes and the funny animation when they do like funny scenes or like
all right.
like
I
have
need to
tears
check on
running
this
down.
because I thought like anime is like sort of it's animation, but in Japanese they kind of like made it
Yeah,
short. Like okay, it's anime, but actually
yeah,
it's animation. So I'm like, all right, okay,
yeah,
I'll check
yeah.
it
It's a
out.
cartoon.
I have to.
It's Yeah, it's probably an adult cartoon. I call it like it's a form of syndicated animation. Like X-Men back in the day when when they made X-Men for like ABS-CBN or something, they did that. They
All
didn't
right.
make it for ABC, but it was shown on local TV, remember? Was it Studio 23?
X Men. No, they were
Yeah.
like Channel 4. That was like at Channel 4.
Oh, local TV.
It
Okay.
was, yeah, local TV, ABC,
So
man.
so
All right.
yeah, so yeah. Yeah. Hilbert watched Fatherhood right after. Oh, Hilbert, that's not a good time to watch Fatherhood after your wife just gave birth, if you know what I mean. But I'm not gonna
It was
spoil it for
good.
Ice.
You
I'm not gonna
said it
spoil it
was
for
good.
Ice.
I watched
It was good.
Fatherhood
It was
right
good.
after my wife gave birth last week.
It was
Yeah, is
good.
this
It
your
was
first
good.
kid, Hilbert? Your first kid?
Um, I would assume probably it's his first.
All right. If it's a yes, good
Uh,
luck.
yeah,
But well, congratulations. Like,
of course, of
congratulations.
course,
If it's her
of
first kid,
course.
congratulations. Then good
So,
luck comes
welcome to the
after that.
show, Hilbert. Welcome to
Yeah,
the
first kid.
show,
All right,
CJ.
congratulations. Congratulations. Now that we said our
Yeah.
congratulations, good luck. We
Oh
tricked
yes,
ya. We
I'm
tricked
telling you, my
ya.
friend.
You've been tricked.
Yeah, my wife went through CS as well. Well,
Yeah, same
CS
with
for
me.
both, for both.
Right.
We're like CS dads. So how was it that how was it? Okay, you went to the. Oh, you mentioned it. You went to the outlet. You guys had fancy dinner.
No, no, we didn't.
Oh,
We
you went
just came
home
back. Yeah,
after.
we just came back
Okay,
and I think my wife cooked. Did she cook last night? I think she cooked.
because
So
I
yeah,
think I think like
we
um
just had a
uh I'm sure you'd agree with me on
home
this
cooked
because like
meal.
my
What?
wifey and I, if we agree on anything, my wifey, Raj and myself, when we were just the three of us, in the family, and we would travel, we connect on food. And every time we go to a new country, not that there are very many, we've only gone to Hong Kong together as a family, but it's like that's our first thing. That's the first thing we get excited about. And I'm thinking Japan. If we go there for the first time, we will be like, oh my god! Like the shopping, of course, you'll think about it, but if you have the budget, but we're more like the food. The excitement about like trying out
Food.
new food. And I mean, Japan. Come on, Japan, dude. People like
Yeah,
get up at
yeah, it's
4
okay.
a.m. to go to that market to Kishikihiwe market to like bid on tuna for like 1 million pesos, right? You know about that, right? There's that market there that's infamous for people getting up at like 3:30 a.m. and they have to bid because this is the best tuna in the world, and it gets you don't watch
It's the
those
same
videos, huh?
fish to me, man. It's
I
same fish
know,
to me.
I know. You're
So
not a
like
Japanese food
I
guy.
I wouldn't go there. I mean, like I will go to the supermarket. They have like really nice fish there too. So I
No, no,
mean,
I'm not.
I
I'm
wouldn't
not.
wake up at 3, 4 a.m.
I'm
in the
not saying
morning
I'm going there. I'm
just to
not
get
saying
a
I'm going
good
there.
tuna.
I'm not saying I'm
We have
going
good
there.
tuna here though. And
I'm
I
just
think most
saying.
tunas here are from the Philippines. I don't know.
No, no,
Could
no,
be.
no, no. I'm just
Tsukiji Market.
saying.
Tsukiji Market. Is that what it is?
That's the market.
Tsukiji
That's the
Market. All
market.
right.
Tsukiji
I've
market.
never been there. I've
See,
never been there.
even CJ knows.
I
Like
know
I
it
would honestly,
exists.
I would honestly say like if yeah, I'm not saying that I would go to that market. I'm just saying like that's how important quality is in Japan. And
True.
the
True.
worst fish dish there would probably be the
Well,
best
okay. What
fish
kind of
dish here.
Japanese food do you wanna check out when you get
Dude,
here? Like the
anything. I'll go
first
for the
Japanese food you want to eat.
oh my god,
Do you want
tempura.
tonkatsu or tempura?
Tempura,
All right, tempura is
tonkatsu,
fine.
anything safe. No, no.
Sushi, you want
Tempura,
sushi? I can
of
take you to
course.
the kaiten
Hardcore,
sushi. So it's like
hardcore sushi. The plates,
the
the
cheap one.
plates,
But
the
like
plates. Like
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah
It's
the
pretty
conveyor
normal.
belt,
It's
the conveyor
actually
belt.
kind of cheap because it's only
Is it
100 yen
true?
per plate.
Is it true that like after consuming certain number of plates, you get a chance to win a prize? Like there's like a
No,
contest or
I
something. There's
no,
like
I don't. No, I haven't been in that type of sushi place. Like all of the kaiten
okay.
sushi I've been in, it's just pretty normal. You just like like get the plates and stuff. They probably have like some sort of promo somewhere,
Hmm.
but where I live, it's just like like nothing like that. And
Wow.
you like they pile those plates. It piles up.
Yeah.
Me, I
Yeah.
can finish like 5 plates. That's it. Five,
Really?
6. Yeah, the
Really?
most probably 7. But then these people would like pile it up like probably 20
I,
plates.
I
I can
probably
never do
could.
20 plates.
I'm not 20, but probably 19.
It's like
But
they would pay like 8,000 yen, 9,000 yen for a family of like what, like 3 or 4. What? Like me and my wife, we just pay around almost 2,000 yen for the whole family, like me, Snow, and her, because we only eat like
yeah.
5 plates each. Then
Okay.
that's like what, like 1,000 yen
But
plus, then the kiddie meal, and yeah.
you don't know my family, man. Like, my wife can eat, my son can eat. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
Raj never went through that kiddie meal stage. Like you go to
Really?
TGI Fridays, you look at the
Right.
kiddie menu. I'm like, okay, mura lang to. Okay, Raj, just have the kiddie menu with like the chicken fingers. I'm like, no, I want I want the shrimp scampi and all that crap. I'm like, oh my god. Okay. But anyways, that is our only sort of luxury experience that we collectively have as a family. We don't
Right.
go to
So
like Greece or
where did you
anything.
go yesterday for Father's Day?
No, I stayed here. I ran errands during Saturday, so I just
Right.
stayed at home. And then the wifey ordered food from her friend's catering service, just a little food for dinner. So that was
Right.
for dinner. But for lunch, we had leftovers. No, she cooked corned beef. That's my comfort food: corned beef, fried egg, fried pure foods, corned beef,
All
fried
right.
egg, and then
You're
rice,
making
of
me
course.
hungry. You're making me
And
hungry.
if there's hot dog, I'll go for that too. But pure foods.
Funny how
Yeah,
we
like
say hot dog all the time. See, in Japan, people never
sausage,
say hot dog. Yeah, sausage or wiener.
frankfurters, wiener.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like nobody says
yeah.
hot dog. 'Cause-
Nobody says hot dog. We
all
say
right,
hot
even in the
dog.
states, yeah. In the
No,
states,
nobody
still
says
like
hot.
when you say hot dog, it's
Oscar,
like the hot dog sandwich.
it's crap. If they say hot dog, it's kind of like yeah,
The
yeah,
hot,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
sandwich, right?
yeah,
So they always
yeah.
say like wiener or sausage. So it's like
Like
here too, because
hot
I
dog
always
is
say
like
hot
the
dog. I like
worst.
hot dogs. We're
Yeah.
like what? Like
And
nobody
like
says that here.
frankfurters.
Mm,
Yeah, it's
mm,
it's that's true. When they say hot dog, it's usually the one sold at the baseball games, where it's like already with this
right.
in a bun. But I don't know. Like that's comfort food for me. So the wifey said, "Okay, what do you want for lunch? I'll treat you. Let's order food." I'm like, "We already have food ordered for dinner. Do we have delata?" She's like, "There's corned beef." I'm like, "Is it pure food?" She goes, "Yes." Hell's to the yeah. So fried corned beef, fried egg, sunny side up, and I want it like toasted. I don't want the egg like runny. Oh my gosh. No. Better
A
than
bulad would
life
be
itself.
a good combination for
I am
yours.
not a
Oh
bulad guy,
man,
man. I've
you're not a
never
bulad
been a
guy.
bulad.
Oh
I've
man,
never been a bulad guy.
bulad would be
Ever. I
like
never
really
get
good
bulad.
with corned beef and eggs.
I
Oh
never. I mean,
crap!
I I I get
Then
I
you have
get
that
that.
vinegar, asuka.
Okay, what
Ah,
what kind
crap.
what kind what kind of bulad guy are you? What bulad?
The
What type?
pinikas. I like the pinikas.
Okay, you're like my lola, but there's a type of bulad that kind of like has like the scales, but it comes off. The the
Right.
the the by head, baba goodbye head. Is that what it's called? There's a
I don't really know.
there's a
I just
type
know the
there's a type.
pinikas because that's what I eat all the time.
Oh God, I forgot the name of that bulad. Sometimes it's pink, but it's like it looks like a galunggong. It looks like
Ah, I've seen that. I don't know what it's called, but I've
yeah,
seen that.
it's really salty. Sometimes it has like still it's like a whole fish, but it's like tiny, and usually you buy them in packs of
Right.
like 5 or 10, and you fry them, and they kind of start to come apart. Those are okay for me if you dip it in like yeah, like
You're really
hinalang
making me
or
hungry.
pinakurat, like pinakurat,
I haven't
that's
had dinner, you know.
but like pinakurat. But with bulad, it's like it's more of like the dipping it in the vinegar that gets me, into it. It's not. I'm not a bulad. It's salt, man. Like, what does it taste like? You don't even taste
Is
the
it a
fish.
salmonette? Is it a salmonette?
That's
You call it
social. It's
salmonette?
not. It's not called salmonete. No, there's a term for it. When I look at the um God, what is it? There's a term for it. It's not. It's a cheap bulad. It's cheap. It's not the expensive ones that you buy. It's a cheap
Right.
bulad. There are two types: the normal one and the pinkish looking one. And that's the one I kind of dig. The pinikas, it's too salty for me. I know it's the
Not
better kind of
healthy.
fish.
I know it's not healthy, but I don't eat it
Salty, man.
often, but there are times I crave for it.
Yeah. My,
And
my
when I
wife is.
do, and when we do have it, my God, I can eat
Yeah.
a whole rice cooker of rice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. For sure.
I do not, I always tell my wife to do not get it. Like, don't get it. Not until I really crave for it and I can't stop
Oh
myself from more.
man.
All right, let's go to this Filipino store or Brazilian store
Yeah.
and let's get that pinicas bulad. But
Yes.
but don't keep stocks because that would be so
You
unhealthy.
really? Wow.
We
You're
would die
just
young,
like
or I would
you
die
know
young.
you know who you would get along with besides my wife?
Who?
Judge T. Judge T loves bulad.
Ah,
He is crazy for
oh
bulad.
my
Judge T,
god,
that's his
oh
favorite
my
food of all
god.
time, bulad. So, but I don't know if that made you guys lose your hair or what. But you both love. You're the two people I know. Besides my wife, because my wife, if she's eating bulad, it's like this, dude. Like
Right,
literally, like
me too. With my hands,
and a
with
knees
my
up, like
hands. Right, yes, of
you know,
course.
it's just and then fold the sleeves,
That's how I roll
like
too.
and my wife's face gets all red because of the suka that's sinalang, the pinakurat, sinamak, whatever it's called.
And you do not
Oh
bother
my
her
god,
while she's in the zone.
nope, nope. You take care of the kids. You
Yeah,
take
I
care of
know
the
what she'll
kids.
say. Jabanti karon. She'll probably say that. Don't bother me when I'm on my bulad.
Larry Holmes, best jab in the world. You know, he kept Jerry Cooney at a distance. But I don't even know why I remember those
Right.
guys. But okay, we're not talking about food today. We are
No,
talking
no,
about
no, no.
friendship.
We're talking about how do you define friendship? Are you friends with two people who hate each other? Is your best friend also your worst enemy? When is a friend supportive? And when do they overstep their boundaries? We're talking about that
Yeah, yeah,
tonight. And yeah, we're talking about friends or frenemies
yeah.
or whatever you
There,
call them.
there are common rules to friendship. I mean, there are like things that people would agree on and say, okay, a real friend is this, a real friend is that. But there are also specific things that we look for in a friend, or maybe we can offer as a friend. I don't possess any of the major qualities of a good friend. I would honestly say that because first off, I'm kind of selfish. Next,
Right.
I'm more of a girlfriend guy. Like I said, if you're my friend and I have a girlfriend, see a friend. I've got a new number one on my list, and I never, and I know it sounds terrible. I never prioritize like my friends. Like they're not a priority. They're friends. Like they're not a priority. Like I'm not gonna risk too much for friends. And I know it sounds sad, but
Hang on.
yeah,
No, 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 no. It's if you're a friend, I'm sure you wouldn't mind that. Because, like, for example, my definition too of a friend is like, okay, right, you're my friend, yeah? And
yeah,
you have a girlfriend.
yeah.
I wouldn't take it against you if you don't have time for me.
Oh
Because I'm like,
man,
why wouldn't you have
you
time for me? No, I wouldn't. Like even with Master Yoda, Master Yoda,
dude.
we had like a really big no, no, not me and him, but there was a time in our friendship that his girlfriend at that time, well, that girlfriend became the wife, yeah. So she hated me, right?
Yeah,
So
you
there
didn't
was
see
a
eye to eye.
time,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So no, not just we didn't see eye to eye. She hated me. Like if she can kill me, she will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If she
Yeah.
will not go to jail for that, she
So
would
that's
kill
like
me. All
that's
right.
like a worst
That's
case
how that's how
situation.
she hated me. All
It's like a
right.
worst
So
case
one time we were at
situation
the
where,
mall, I saw him and he saw me and he
yeah.
was with her and he was like this, like, and the girlfriend was like, are you seriously even thinking about like, saying hi to him or
Yeah.
whatever? So he just like ran off with her and he was just like, and I was like, "Ah, go, 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 go." And I didn't take offense. It was like, it's fine because that's what a,
Yes.
a real friend is.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you're
Yes.
my friend, you're saying like, no, I don't have a good quality friend. Like, no, dude, it's fine. Like if you have a girlfriend, like, yeah, of course you have to spend it with your girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's the
I,
see. The
I
thing
I'm not
is,
gonna blow you. I mean,
yeah,
why
yeah,
would
but
you hang out with
but
me?
yeah, but the thing is, I'm not referring to it in that situation where my girlfriend's making me choose or she's the one who's demanding. No,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
myself, I'm a girlfriend guy. Like it has nothing to do with my girlfriend. She could be non-possessed. She could be pushing my wifey. If you ask her, she'll be like, hey, you don't go out with Mao and Joe and you don't drink, you don't go out to the bar anymore. You should go out. She pushes me away because, and not that she's still my girlfriend, but I'm just like, I kind of settle. I'm a routinary guy. I'm not the most adventurous dude in the world. I've traveled
Well, yeah.
since I was a
Okay, yeah.
kid. Enough adventures for me for now. So, there's it's like
But you don't.
it's
You, you really don't have to be together all the time to be friends. I don't think it's
yeah, yeah,
that
yes,
way.
yes. Okay, okay.
All
So
right.
so we're gonna get there. We gotta get there. Yeah, I'm that type of guy too, where we don't have to be together all the time to be friends. I'm also that type of guy where we could share a common interest, and it could be just for that certain moment in time. Maybe nagbinugoy bugoy or whatever it is that you guys were going through. It that's it, basketball, video games, drinking, gambling, whatever, and you have that common interest over that thing, but it was only during that stage in your life and you form this bond. And yeah,
Right.
for that serious period of time, you were probably like best friends and you felt like you would last long. Uh, I never I never lose that connection. Like if I see that person again and we don't hang out anymore for like we would still like laugh about it. Like even if he's working already and we don't have anything else in common anymore. I'm that type of guy. Like, but like I said, that's why I'm very careful about using the word like best friend.
All
I'm
right.
even
Okay.
careful
Best
about
friend.
using the word,
That's
yeah, right. I'm even careful about using the word friends because like I've worked with a lot of people, and I don't know how they would define me as, but out of the people I've worked with, whether I worked with them for 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, man, I can count in one hand how many I can honestly say are my friends, and it's not a knock against them. It is based on how I see them, how I I sort of label them in terms of their role that they played in my life. They might not even see me as a friend, but for me they are. Like that's the person I would want to be as my friend, regardless of how they feel about me. Because
Mhm.
honestly, I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. I can honestly sit here and say, I don't even know who considers me as his best friend. I don't. Like if I can say it's Miguel, I can say it's Mao, I can say it's you, I can say it's Carlo, I can say it's my friend in the States, and someone might ask them, and they might not even say it's
No, no.
me.
Okay,
I don't,
okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's that. You're right. You're right. I agree with you. It's all right. Pinky is all right. Already at the backstage. All right, Pinky.
Okay, let's have her.
Welcome, madam.
Uh-huh.
Hello,
Yes.
hello. All
Hello.
right,
How
you
you
Hi,
are
guys
Pinky.
on.
doing?
Right, we're talking
I'm
about
the
friendship.
worst.
We're talking about the
I'm the
definition of
worst at
best
keeping
friends or
time.
whatever.
Yeah,
No, it's fine. Don't
Yes.
worry about it.
like like going back to continuing where I was going with my friendship things, like Pinky, dude. Pinky's like Pinky. We barely see each other. I've never
Mhm.
hung out with her for more than maybe like 5 hours, unless it's like an event or something. I've never seen her outside of work. Like maybe we've had coffee twice, thrice, whatever.
Right.
But I consider
Have
Pinky to
we?
be
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of
yeah. We've
one of,
gone.
one of my closest female acquaintances or friends because I don't have like female friends. Like, and Pinky knows stuff about me that girls I've gone out with didn't know about, which is weird,
Right.
right? Which is weird because because I'm choosy about the people I share stuff with, and I'm choosy about the people I open the doors for, but they don't have to be my best friend,
I
right?
Mhm.
remember you telling me, like,
Right?
I remember I went to your house to get the dog, right? And you were like, huh,
Yeah,
you're
you're
like,
like the third
not a lot
person,
of people
second person.
have been to my house. Like, do you live in a
Yes.
lair or something? Are you Batman? But yes,
Yes.
apparently that is a
Yes.
big
My
deal.
old house. Like
Yes,
Iceman's
your
been
old
there
house.
many times. So yeah, like my old house. Like, but it doesn't, like I said, because I feel good vibes from people. Like I trust them. I know these people are not going to take advantage of me. I know these people are intelligent enough and open-minded enough to not judge me based on what they see. Because I have people that I've spent so much time with, and you realize the more you get to know them, and these people are twisted. Like you
Right.
you you realize that there's something fishy about these people. Like there are people that you like more the more you get to know them, and there are people you kind of like question, where do I stand with
True.
this person the more you hang out with them?
Exactly.
Because I'm not stupid, man. I'm 47 years old. You can't run circles around me, and I'm not gonna run circles around you. But let's not BS each other, right? Like I know you want something from me, so okay, but I don't expect nothing from you because, like I said,
I feel like
that's
that's the
that
worst way
right.
to
You
start
get
a
it?
friendship, because
Yeah,
you want something from someone. I don't think that's a good
but that's
foundation
how
of
it
a
is. But
friendship.
that's how it is.
Yes, but
Whether it's material, whether it's companionship, whether it's their time or just an ear to listen, you want something from
true.
that person,
Yes,
and that
but
is why friendship is difficult. Things. You know why?
it
Okay,
is.
I'll ask you. You answer this, and it's your turn just to talk about this. What's friendship to you? Is it how you are, how good you are as a friend to a person, or how good that person is to you?
Oh, that's tough.
What
I
matters more in
probably
friendship? You give or you take? I mean,
I
you
give.
receive.
See,
I
The what?
see.
What?
That's how
Okay,
I
okay.
see it. Yeah,
See, me too.
like
Because if
that's how I
there's
Right?
that
gauge it.
give and if there's that, oh, how much am I giving? How much am I taking? If you're
Yes.
in that,
Yes,
if you're in that situation, then you're not friends. Because I've
Yes.
true.
never, I've
Ye-
never thought about that ever.
yes.
Yes,
Like with
Yes.
people, like whom I'm friends
Yes.
with. I don't like,
Perfect.
oh, what
I
am I
sound
gonna
like I'm
get out
having
of
an.
this?
I sound
No,
like I'm having an orgasm. Yes.
right? Like
Yes.
no, no, like
Yes.
seriously. Because okay, okay, um, we've been like okay, like we have these layers of definition of friendship and stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
mm,
so we meet people from different times of like
Our lives,
our life.
our,
Yeah,
our, our
so
our development,
mm,
our growth.
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
so there are people that we met earlier in our life, like when we were kids, and some of them in junior high, some of them in high school, in college. So we meet a lot of people. Now,
Yes.
for example, with my inner circle, like Master Yoda and Flip Mode, yeah, and
Yeah.
Eric. Okay,
Yes.
I've never wanted anything from them. We just like hang out. Like, I don't know how they feel, but to me at least, it's like I don't need anything from them.
I
So
agree.
from Yoda or from from King, or from Flip Mode. It's more of like, yeah, we just enjoy hanging out, with each other, and even
Yes.
up to the point where we're already adults and we have serious problems. Like for example, when my dad was, at the ICU and I was running out of funds and stuff, and
Medical
I
expenses.
never asked for help, like because I don't feel like, no, I could have, but like I don't want that because like that's not their responsibility.
That's
That's not
not the
their problem. That's
responsibility.
my problem.
That's right.
That's my
That's right.
problem. And I never did. It's like no, no. I'm like yeah. I'm not gonna go to them and ask them for money or borrow money. I'm gonna pay you back or something. Like no, I never did that. But then, Flip Mode came to me and he was like, "Hey, you need money?" I'm like, "No, I don't need money, man." I'm like, "No, I don't need money." I'm like, "All right, fine." Then my dad said, "I see you, but I really need money at that time." So I was like, "All right, I have to go talk to my auntie and stuff, like family, like you go to family." So because
Yeah.
I was really running out of funds. Then I think one night Flip Mode came and he just like handed me like this bundle of money, like the mafia. You know how
Yeah.
this money looked like? It was like
Like how flip mode would do it.
Nakapulupot.
right?
Oo.
You know.
Right.
Like, all right,
Yeah, and
try to
he's
slip it
like,
in there. Like, what? Hey,
he's like,
dude, what's this? Like,
he's,
just take it. I'm like,
is
no,
he?
dude, I,
Was he?
I
Was he
can't
like?
take this.
He is a little present from Don Corleone.
Something like that. It was like, he was like trying to like slip it, all, like like he was like being sneaky about it, and he like he's
Hmm.
See,
slip it in my
those are
pocket,
the
What to do in
best
my
kind of
family?
friends, you know.
right? And I
People
didn't
that
even
you
want to
don't
take
have
it,
to ask for help.
right?
Yeah, see,
They
So
just
I
here's the
do.
hate
They
thing.
that.
just
So
help.
the
I
story
hate
was,
that, Pinky.
it took a
I hate
while. It
that.
took
Why?
a while
I
till
hate that statement.
Why
I'll get
not?
back to that. I'll get back to. Go
so
ahead,
I,
guys.
so
Go.
okay, all right. So I'm like, so I didn't even like take the money right away. I was like, dude, I can't take this. This is not a responsibility. I know you mean well, but this is my father we're talking about. This is not your problem. I don't want this to be a problem for us in the future. It wasn't like that big amount, but dude, I'm not comfortable owing people money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes,
Even
yes,
if
yes.
and
Yes,
he
but it's
lived
the
with us.
sentiment, you know. I mean, the
I know, no,
sentiment.
no, right? Yeah,
That's how good
yeah,
a
yeah,
friend
yeah.
that person is.
Exactly. Because when he lived with us, I think he's still like caught up with the idea that he owe me something because at some
Oh,
May
point in
utang na
his
utang na
life
loob.
loob,
he
right?
lived with
Right.
my family because his family was like going through something and everybody moved out of Davao and he was alone and he was like, oh, I don't have anywhere to live with. And I was like, well, my grandmother has a boarding house, but it really sucked there. But well, you can go there, I can talk to my grandmother and stuff, but it was really bad there. So and at that time we were also going through a lot. Like we had a house, but at that particular time we didn't have electricity. I told you we were really dirt poor, so we didn't have
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
electricity. But my house was clean. It's
That was the
it's
time you were
comfortable.
watching TV in my house, right? Like the
Oh yeah,
Lucille.
and you would close the window.
No,
So
people.
I
I'm
was
just
like,
kidding. We didn't know each other back then. All right, we didn't know each
so
other
I
back then.
told him this was in uni already. So I told him, hey dude, if you don't mind living with us without electricity, you're more than welcome to live with us. So he said, all right, cool, I'm fine with that. Like, but we don't have electricity. You have to live the way I live. No electricity, and if that's fine for you, you have a room there, your family. I was like, all right. So he brought all his stuff, like all the stuff that they couldn't take to Manila. He brought it home. And I even told him, do not come to my house with your girlfriend because I'm not really close with his girlfriend. And that girlfriend was sort of, I think, well, I don't know her that well, but to me, she looks so, like socialera and we're
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
close. So I'm like, what if she finds out I don't have electricity? And I think she hates my stinking guts. Because maybe
Yeah,
she thinks like, oh, I'm so, like I'm so full of myself, but then, here you are, no electricity, pobre,
yeah,
so I don't want to be in that position. But then
yeah,
this dude, like Flip Mode, came to my house at 5:30 in the afternoon, and we still don't have lights. We're like,
yeah,
like moving in stuff, like, oh crap. But anyway, so he lived with us, and he lived with us for almost a year. And I never asked, like he would like try to give money. Like I said, dude, you don't have money. Your parents are not here.
yeah,
You barely have something. So don't worry about, like giving me money for living here. It's fine. Like what we have is yours. So
yes,
he lived
yes.
like that up to the point where he had, like um when he had a chance to move in with another friend, and I think it was a better place for him at that point. And then
Hmm.
he moved to his aunt. So that was it. So it was sort of like, all right, so you took me in during my
Hmm.
worst time. I was at the
Yeah,
bottom and stuff. And but then I always felt like I never even like after that happened, I never even think about it. Like, no, it was like a part of it. Like, yeah, I was happy to have you in my house. I do not expect anything from you whatsoever. Like, I did that because, yeah, I wanted to help you, not because I wanted something from you in return in the future. So
Yeah.
it was like, I think that sort of built the friendship. And
Yeah.
when he did that during my when my dad was at the ICU, I was just like, all right, I'll take it because I need it. But yeah, all right, okay, fine. I'm not gonna fight you on this, but I'll give it back to you. All right, I can't promise
Yeah.
when I'll give it
Yeah.
back to you because I after this
Yeah.
I'll probably have more problems because my dad was still
Yeah.
he wasn't good. So yeah, that
Yeah.
was like one of those things, and
Well,
I think I
it,
paid him back. All right, to be like I think I paid
well,
him back. So
in
all
line
right.
with that, yeah, I know what happened to your dad. I know what you were going through. I never offered a cent. Am I a bad friend?
No, you're not, because I never
Okay,
expect
see,
anything from people.
I know exactly.
Right?
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
so it's like
saying.
it's fine because
But
that's
but
not
but
other people's
but
problem. You're still a good
before
friend. I never thought
exactly
less of you or anybody else.
Before Pinky gets to her turn about friendship, but I know she
Right.
does. I mean, because Pinky is, if there's anybody who's selective and careful about people, I would say probably Pinky would be a very good example of that, because she has quality friends. I met her friends. All right, I hosted the wedding of one of her closest friends, or two of her closest friends. So anyway, she mentioned, like, you know, what was that you mentioned? Like offer or something, like at least they offered or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
like
at
a
least,
friend that you don't really have to ask for help, just
yeah.
offers. But
You
I
see,
mean,
that's that.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about the sentiment, man. I'm not
Yeah,
saying like,
It's the thought that
you
I'm
counts.
know,
playing.
It's
I'm
the
playing.
thought
yeah,
that
it's
counts, right? Is
literally
that what you're
just
I'm
saying?
just
over
The
stop
thought
triggering
that
it.
it.
counts, of
I know.
course.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm playing. I'm playing it
It doesn't
because
have to be
it's
about
not.
money, you know. It could
No,
be
it's
like
not. It's
your
not.
car
It's
is in
not.
the shop and you'd be like,
Exactly.
you want I can give you a hitch like to work or
But no,
something.
it's not. It's not about the person like not offering. It's just there's this thing in our society where it's
Utang na
like,
loob.
regardless, it's
Speaking of
not
which, MJ Mendoza said,
I
I still
did.
remember Rod talking about Utan Love on his
Yeah.
podcast. All right,
Yeah,
okay,
because
Mm.
okay. That.
that's why I'm very careful about people doing me favors,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not a favor, man. It's a debt. You know, it's not, let's not BS each other. You know, I barely know you. I've done nothing for you, and understand that maybe it's a form of charity. I mean, because if you're a charity house and you're really supposed to give out money, because of a
They still want something
certain
back from you?
rich. I mean, no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's like what Pinky mentioned, where not directly what Pinky meant, but I'm just saying, going back to where, like, how some people will kind of be in a situation, right? They'll be in dire straits. And now with social
Mm.
media and everything, everybody knows. Like, if you post something, you're in dire straits financially, regardless of
I don't
whether
post shit
it's
like that,
whether.
man. Like,
I know,
Same.
but
I just
people
I
do.
can't imagine
People
doing
do.
yeah,
that.
some people do. I know.
People do. And you
Nothing
know what?
against it, but personally I can't
Nothing
do it.
Right?
against it.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I
Nothing
wouldn't
against.
do
Mm.
it.
I have friends who have their houses were flooded. Recently, I have the closest to my friends, the guys who were there. If my Lola's birthday, they'd sugba. I, you know, I just don't want to look at it like, okay, they did this for me. I should do this for them. I should not, because I feel like when they did it for me, they weren't looking ahead thinking, pag wala ako, Rod will help me out. No, so I don't also want to think that way. It's just the reciprocity of it, like it's not like you're okay, you're here. 'Cause see, that's why I'm careful now, because it's not because my friends ever did that to me. These guys of mine, their houses were flooded. For the first off, I was not born with that DNA where I'm like I'm charitable. Let's say, okay, may nagkatok sa door mo, right? You're in your car, stuck in traffic. You see a family, they're super hungry. You give them a pack of Skyflakes or something. In that sense, yeah. But I don't go out trying to save the world. Now, maybe back then when I was single and had all the money to myself, and my choice was give it to a friend in need or buy beer with it. Okay, then that's different. But now there's a tier, and it's like I can't even be charitable to my mom or my dad because it's my kids first. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's like it's
Hmm.
different now. Don't hold me accountable. Don't put our friendship, don't use it as emotional blackmail, because I tell you, you're not even in the top 10 of my priority list. And it has nothing to do with our friendship. I was a friend to you. I never shit in your house. I always said po to your parents. I never ate food that was not offered to me, and I acted like a human being to you as a friend. And I think that's it's there. It has nothing that to do with anything beyond that is a bonus, you know. And the thing here is the problem here is it's like, okay, if you're a group of friends, you ride a jeep. Kung sino yung pinakamayaman yun yung magbabayad. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody just assumes that the guy who's the most well off, man, libre na na. I know it's
Okay,
kind
here's
of
the
like,
thing. Yeah.
I know people say it in jest. I know people say it in jest, and it's not like you're pressured to pay. No,
Right.
I get it. I get it. But it's like you can't help but be obligated, and you're all of a sudden wondering, is this really friendship? What's going on here? And I know it's not a big deal, and people shouldn't think that way about it. But you can't help but put malice into a situation when people start
Do you
to
think
get
that's a culture
emotional.
thing? You think that's a culture thing?
Man, you know, it's tolerated. It's tolerated. That's the thing.
I know,
mean,
like you were saying, it's in jest, and it never happened to me because I'm not that. I was never the richest person in the group. So why can't I hear myself? Where's
no,
this coming from?
okay. No, it's just like Pinky's probably monitoring, which we need somebody to monitor
No,
our
I'm
audio
not.
and everything. So, okay.
That was you, Rod.
no, no,
was
no,
you.
that wasn't me. I mean, I didn't.
Not me.
Raj didn't even get my. But no, but I mean, okay. So going
Anyway,
back to what.
all right,
I'm
well,
washing
all
my
right.
hands.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry. I heard that too. I heard. That was you, Ice.
No,
Oh,
that wasn't me. No,
where
it
the
was-
heck did that come from, dude?
I know. I was like,
But
where did
anyways,
that come from? Anyway, all
Anyway.
right. So
I know. Okay.
Um,
I
so I was-
I
as I
feel
was
bad for
saying-
Pinky. Yeah, go.
Why?
So
all right.
Yeah.
So it never happened to me, but it happened to my wife back then when she was in uni. Like everybody would be like, "Oh, I want to go with her because she always takes a taxi, and she has taxi money." You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, "Oh, I want to go with her. I want to go with her," because like, yeah. Well, I don't blame those people because maybe they don't
Yes,
have money for
yes.
taxi or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just like it pissed me off. Like, what the heck? Why are you
Yeah.
like sucking up to
I-
her? Because
I don't want to make an issue of this. I'm not
Yeah.
making an issue of this.
That's,
I don't
that's
all I'm
think
saying is,
exactly
like,
why I'm picky. You know, Rod said earlier that I'm very picky
Mm.
with my friends. And I think a lot of people say that's not a good thing. Like, bakit ka pumipili ng taong kakaibiganin mo? I don't
No,
pick
no, no,
people
no, I
because
think-
they're rich or not.
Yeah.
There's
You
a
should
there's
be.
an
You
ano eh,
should be
there's a
picky.
connotation na if you pick your friends, like if namimili ka ng kakaibiganin, that's not something good. That's not really a good thing. You should befriend
You
everyone.
can't
I don't
pick your
think that
relatives,
works
but
that
you can
way.
pick your friends.
you
Yes,
should pick
exactly.
your friends.
I
I mean-
pick friends with the consideration that I'm going to be trusting these people. I'm going to be hanging out with these, spending time with these people. So of course that's natural. I want to pick
Yes.
certain people that I want to talk to,
Yes,
spend
yes.
time with, bond with, trust, and
Yes.
confide in. So of course you're gonna pick your friends. I think that's
And-
a
and-
stupid
and-
idea to
And
tell someone that you shouldn't be
according to
friends.
you, how you are, right, Pinks? Like according to like how
Yeah,
you are as a
exactly.
person too. Because like for me, I don't
Right.
even think about like the benefits I'm gonna get out of the person, anything of that sort. I'm more
Yes.
of like, you have something in common. Is he
Yeah, do you
cool? Is he not
jive?
gonna have an issue if I say
Yeah,
something? Because I'm
is it-
outspoken. I'll say things that
Mm.
can be misinterpreted. People can easily get offended. People, probably 90% of the people that meet me the first time
Right.
and talk to me,
It's
get
like
turned off. Get
personalities.
turned off. Rod is too
Personalities.
harsh. Rod is too full of
Right.
himself. Rod,
Yeah.
I sound like I'm talking about myself all the time. I am. But if it's your turn, I'll listen. Not as good as Iceman.
True.
Iceman, as a friend, I tell you, was one of his virtues. Iceman, as talkative as people might think he is, one of the best listeners I know. And I think a lot of the girls who know Iceman probably agree that he talks a lot. But when your turn to listen, whether he's interested or not, he'll go like this.
Listen,
Listen.
I
Right.
have a choice now. I should
Yeah,
just
you have a
listen.
good poker
I
face.
should just
Ice.
shut up.
I'm not a good listener.
No.
See, but
Speaking
there
of-
are
speaking
people.
of,
Yeah,
like,
go.
Your wife had that experience, like, well, people would go with her because she would ride the taxi often.
Like
That's like
social,
one
yeah.
of the biggest red flags for me. Like whenever I've been to school quite a few times for
Right.
quite some time now, and I would almost always have a car that I can use. Well, it's not like a Mercedes Benz or anything, but I have a service that I can use because our house is pretty far. So one of the red, like, it's just if somebody says pwede makahitch and it's raining or something, I'd be like, fine, sure, no problem. But for someone who befriends you because they want a ride every after class.
And it becomes a
That is
regular thing.
that is such
Yeah.
a
And
turn off.
yeah, and you become a
You just
bad. You,
met
you
them
become
and you
that
just met
bag
them. Is
bag.
that what it is? You just met
Yeah,
them?
like just a classmate.
Okay,
Because
that's
for me,
terrible.
a
That's terrible.
classmate is not necessarily a friend. You know what I mean? Like
No, no, no,
Yes,
no,
you
no,
yes,
spend
no,
so
yes.
no.
many
No, no,
hours
no.
every day together. That doesn't mean you're
No, you're not
friends. You
friends.
you can be
No.
like
So terrible,
acquaintances,
yeah.
good acquaintances if there
Oh
is such a
man,
thing.
I'm cringing
But
Okay.
actually.
I think crossing that line and asking so
I
because they
actually,
don't realize. You
mm,
know what's in my head? You know what's running in my head whenever somebody says "pwede pa hitch." What if we
mhm,
get into an accident? She or he will be my liability.
right,
What if like something happens on the way home? What if
exactly.
Yeah.
it's an extra burden on a
Yes.
person. So
See,
you think makikihitch ka
this is
lang,
the
but if you're
this is the person who told me
Well,
she doesn't want to raise another
okay.
human being. She made
Let's
me
be
think
or
about it.
let's be orderly about this. Hold on. Why don't we mention Pinky mentioned red flags. Let's
yeah
have our list of red flags for people for your personal now people the audience out there, if there's any tuned in besides ourselves and the couple of guys who are tuned in right now, you know, re- please be clear. Like, we want to clarify and be enlightened that this is like our opinion about, like, I have my own personal opinion of and understanding and definition and whatever of friendship.
Well, yeah. Well, friendship
Iceman
is
has his own.
subjective. Yeah,
It
so
is.
it is very
There.
subjective.
We
So
want to clarify
like you
that.
don't
It's
have
not
to
like
take our
this is not a
word for
fact.
it. You know, like
We're
yeah.
not experts at friendship at all. We're
But
not
yeah.
psychiatrists,
So
psychologists.
as a
okay.
matter of
So
fact,
Yeah,
I suck at it.
I have my
So I'm
own.
just
right.
gonna put it
Iceman
So
is
put it
yeah.
out there.
so
We will have
Pinky.
we'll have our personal list of red flags. Okay, let's start with the
Mhm.
red flags before
All
you
right.
know
So
what you
Pinky
would.
said something about, see, I was at the other side of the, like the equation here. Pinky's like, she has a car, and a friend would be like, or a classmate would be like, oh, I want to be friends with you because I wanna,
Yes.
like I wanna have a ride home. So that's the thing that is so true. Now, when I was in uni, there was this guy who lived somewhere south as well. He has a
Yeah.
car. We're okay. Like, I say hi to him, he say hi to us. Like he was one of those cool guys with cars in
Mm-hmm.
college. And
Mm-hmm.
Master Yoda used to bring his family car from time to time. So we're like somewhat in the group, in a way that we're like, oh, they're the cool dudes too. But then there are times that, like we don't have anything, like we like Master Yoda didn't have a car. I didn't have a car in college. So we're just like, during rainy days and stuff, like, okay, that guy would always like, no, not always, but there were a few times that he would be like, where are you going? I'm like, well, going home. Like,
That's
oh,
fine,
like, where are you
Ice.
heading? Right? Yeah.
If
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
offering,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
So that's
And
what
I've
I'm saying. Like,
offered rides to a lot of people too.
right,
But
right.
if
So
I
yeah.
notice someone befriending me just because I give her or
Yeah,
him
yeah,
a ride
your point. Yeah.
home every night,
Yeah.
that's just wrong.
So that's why I'm saying I'm saying this story because yeah, Pinky's right, because that guy did not offer a ride home every night. He never did. But I never disliked him. I never got
Exactly. There.
offended that he didn't ask me
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
like, do you need a
Okay.
ride or something? Like,
See,
no,
yeah.
because like, no, I mean, why would
So
he's not my dad for crying out loud? Why
I
would he
guess the
take me
trick
home?
here,
I can
the
go
trick
home on my
here,
own.
and that's why this it's kind of my trick too. Sometimes, like when I date girls, I have that same approach where, okay, I'll start to be the asshole. Like when I become a friend, I'm an a-hole. I like I've had friends who are drunk. I want bringing you home because you know what, manganad, and then you
There,
start to
that is
become
the word.
labeled, and then they start to expect. You feed them one day, then they start expecting. I mean, okay, I know they're friends, but I'm not a freaking restaurant that feeds people for free. It's not it's just that's not. I have other things I can offer. I can offer an intellectual conversation. I can offer you,
I'm not gonna
I don't
feed you.
know. There are
Yeah.
things. There are things that there are things
Right.
that I can
Okay. Okay.
provide
See,
as a
so
friend. I'm not totally
people take note.
useless,
All right.
but
Yes. So you have to take note that this is Rod. All right. So this is Rod saying that, and there are
yes,
people too
yes,
who would be happy to feed you. See, that's just the
yes,
thing, right? But they don't
yes.
want to talk to you,
No,
right?
but they're
But
not
they
gonna
would
be like
feed you.
me. It's
Exactly.
not
That's what I'm
Rod.
saying.
It's
Like,
not
yeah, right. They're
whatever
not
it
gonna
is that you
talk to
see in me
you.
that you
They're gonna,
like, right?
yeah. So that's
I
when
think that I
You
think
can't be an
do
all. You'll go crazy if you try to be the best kind
you
of friend in the world.
compartmentalize
exactly.
You'll go
like
nuts.
your friends? Do you go like college
Yeah.
friends, high school friends? Do they ever
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
intersect?
course. Of
Do
course.
they
Yeah.
ever intersect?
I think
No. Yeah. Yeah. They do. They do.
yeah, they
Sometimes they
do.
do.
They
Like
do. Like, 'cause, I mean, that's
in a
our culture
sense where
too.
they hate
They
each
do
other.
intersect.
Yeah. It's like
Really?
yeah.
Like for
Is it
example,
hard? Do you become the
my
glue?
entourage.
Like
Okay.
do you
I
become the glue of the different
what's a
groups?
Okay, like Rod is a good friend, Joe's a good
um
friend. Yeah, they're good
Mm,
friends. But then I
I would
have
say I'm a
I
glue.
have my posse. I have
Yeah.
I have flip
yeah,
mode. I have
you have your
um
group.
Yoda.
have they
They're
ever
like,
like
like what?
Yeah.
have they ever intersected? Like,
What do you
Rod
mean
They're
is with your
more.
coffee.
No. Like when I bring Yoda and Rod, like we're like one big group too, and like we're all happy. And,
Yeah,
like
we kind
it
of like.
never
I mean,
we
I
never had
think
friction or
okay.
anything. Like everything
I
worked
said,
out. I
and
think so
same with
far.
me. Like if I bring Miguel or Brando or whatever, like
Exactly, Brando. Yeah,
I
like Mama. And
I
like
think
yeah, we never had any
I
problems.
think here's the thing. It's like I think it's kind of like an unwritten or it's not really like planned or anything. But if you're this kind of person and you get along with this kind of person, it kind of is almost a given that this other person who you get along with could also
Quite
click.
similar.
They
Yes,
more or
jive.
less
Yes,
get
yes.
along, right?
See, but my problem is, like I said, I'm not like Iceman where he has a real tight click, and let's say so I don't have a specific type of group of people or personalities that I only like. Let's say I'm very close with. Like Iceman doesn't also, but there are people who doesn't like him, and there are people. I hope to God that I'm like, not that I,
There are
but
lots of
I
them
hope
who
yeah,
doesn't like me.
like there are lots. Yeah, there are lots of them that don't like him. So for some reason, he rubs them the wrong way, and I know I do too. But I don't get close enough to these people to the point where they'll hate me or whatever. Like I said, I'm the guy who's like, I see if you baby somebody, whether it's a friend, a girlfriend, whatever. If you start to baby them, and it becomes a chore, and you start to starts to get stressed because some people are naturally nice, some people are naturally masikaso. So, but if you're not, and you do it because I want to be a good friend, I want to be nice, I want to leave a good taste in that person's mouth. You can only do that a couple of times. You're not going to be able to fake that for too long. Same thing with like if you don't have any money, you can't be generous forever.
Exactly.
Eventually it's going to crack.
Okay.
So for me,
Things
it's like, okay, this is me. I'm at my worst. If you want to see my good side, then you got to wait it out.
Okay, things I learned from
That's it.
Rod, like from all the conversations we had, ever, like since we met, it's like, well, I'm not selfish. I'm not just generous, and I think he's right. Like,
Yes.
I've never heard that before
I'm not
from
selfish,
anyone.
but I'm not generous.
Yeah, right. So I've never heard that from anybody before until Rod said that. So I'm like, yeah, he's got a point because like living in a Filipino culture, with our background Rod lived in America. He lived in London. He lived in so many
Yeah,
places. So he's got
Man.
he's cultured, yeah. So he's got
You-
like different
I'm not
types of
cult-
culture in him,
I'm not cultured, but yeah, maybe exposed. But
right?
here's the thing.
So
For one
with-
of the first words I was exposed to when I came back from the States, and which I probably haven't heard of or didn't hear since I was a kid, and which kind of like shocked me. I came home. I was wearing a Red Hot Chili Pepper shirt. I got from a concert in Massachusetts, all right, in Boston, and this shirt you can't buy it at stores. You get it at a concert, So obviously, I held on to that for dear life, and it was like one of the guys where I just met through a friend. We're hanging out like at the in what's that street where UM is? What's that street?
Bolton.
Along Bolton.
Bolton,
They have a
right.
hangout there, so we're hanging out. He sees me like I've known the guy like not a couple of days. He goes, "Bye, Arbor ng shirt, Arbor naman ng shirt." It's like Arbor. It's like he wants to borrow my shirt because he kind of wants to wear it for something. And I'm like, now once in my 7 years in the US, did I have a friend who even I invited and slept over at my house, ask if he could borrow a shirt from me. Now, it's not because I'm selfish and I don't want to lend my shirt. It's because first it's unhygienic. Next,
Yes.
you
my
have
mom
your
would
own
hate
shirt.
that. My mom would hate that.
You have your own shirts, right? Third, I just don't do that. And when I told him no, I'm like, I was frank about it. I was honest about it. No, I got this shirt. He gave me that look, and I'm pretty sure maybe behind my back, he probably told the next guy, man, that guy, like Dalua, whatever, all that. All of a sudden,
That is
I'm
so
in the wrong.
random.
All of a sudden, I'm in the wrong. Like I would, just because you don't grant a favor, you're in the wrong. That's the problem. And it's like, it's a request. It's not an order. It's not a command. I'm not obliged to
Right.
lend you my shirt. I did not buy this walking around thinking someday a guy will borrow my shirt. I should give it to him. So he will think I'm a good friend. F you, man. You know what I'm saying? I can be a good friend without lending you my shirt.
Triggered. Relax.
F you, dude.
Relax.
I'm kidding,
MJ actually has a
Relax.
really
I
good
am
point.
triggered.
All right, okay, read
I
the
am
things,
MJ
triggered.
has
read
a
the
good
things.
point. So MJ
I am
says,
triggered.
if
Yeah,
you
let's
But
have-
relax
go.
muna natin, sir. Relax.
It-
Relax,
Tubig,
pare.
tubig.
Relax.
Tubig, anak.
it could be a
na,
culture
pack
thing.
up.
My friend's
Bawal
here.
yan.
She's in
Bawal yan.
Malaysia. Right?
Right,
She's
okay.
in Malaysia. My friends here
Yes,
don't have
yes.
utang na loob don't have utang na loob thing. My friends always send me back home whenever we hang out, no matter how tired he is. I always reiterate that he doesn't need to, but still insist. I kind of feel bad, but it's no big deal for him. It must just be because of how we were brought up with the concept of utang na loob, which actually kind of sucks sometimes, that we're so accustomed to the utang na loob because of that. It's like it's this thing that hangs, you know what I mean? Like somebody does a favor to you, instead of just savoring it and appreciating the person's generosity and kindness, you're reminded that someday I'm gonna have to pay back this
Yeah,
person.
see,
I'm gonna have
that's
to do
why.
something good.
Yeah, that's why Japanese, they're so different. You do something to them like out of your, like just out of the kindness
Kindness,
of your
yes.
heart, dude. They will just automatically give you something back. Like, oh, here's a chocolate. They don't want like,
Seriously.
no, seriously, no, no. That was like, no, no, no. Like they would
Yeah,
really give you
because
something back.
it's there. It's
Because
the
yeah, it's like
that
I don't want to owe you
They're
anything.
not used. They're
responsibility
yeah. They're
is
not
Yeah,
used to
they're not
owing
used to
favors.
that.
They
Like,
don't
yeah.
want
So
favors. Like
if for example,
it's
like you help
weird.
somebody,
It's weird if you did something for somebody like out of goodwill. It's like,
yeah,
okay, this
Mm.
guy
right.
is up to
That's
something.
how it is,
He
right?
wants something.
For example, like okay, just like a mundane thing, like all right, I help you carry your like heavy bag because like you're
Mm.
having a hard time, like because usually they're like, no, 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 it's okay, but like no, no, I'll help you, I insist, and then you help them. Then all right, okay, arigatou gozaimasu. I'm like, ah, yeah, you say that, and then all of a sudden the next day they put a chocolate in your table. I'm like,
Oh, that's
like
kind
I
of
help
sweet.
you. Exactly, because they never ask for favor. Like even the
yes,
women here, I always tell them our women back home are spoiled rotten. Like they would just like, psst, like they would just like point at the box and like they just automatically assume that like you're ready to carry their boxes because they're women. Like no, here it doesn't. Like it doesn't work that way. They'd be like bringing stuff and you'd be like, I'll help you. Like no, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Like no, they would like magkanda kuba na yan. They will not give it up, man. They will like, doesn't matter if you're an old woman, a young woman, a pretty woman. They will not give it up. They like carry their heavy stuff. Whereas
yes,
in the
yes.
Philippines, psst,
It's like, ang bastos ng lalaking to, di man lang tumulong. It's like,
exactly.
Oh, you know what,
you
Rod?
know,
I experienced the exact opposite of that. I was at a mall in Cebu and this old man saw this woman like running towards the door. So he held the door open for her. You know what the lady did? She screamed at him. She was like, "O say tanong mo sa ako nung dili ko kabalo mo abri og pultahan?" I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"What is the
yeah.
weird
I, I, I,
response?"
That
I
was
dated,
uncalled for, though. That's uncalled for, though.
I dated a white girl before here, one of the exchange students, and I was notoriously the Rotex killer back in the 90s. But I dated this exchange student, and we were at Victoria Plaza. I opened the door for her, and she said, I can open the door for myself. You know,
You
so
slammed
it's
the door
kind
back in her
of
face.
no, man, she was too
I
hot
would
for
have.
that. Um, no, no, no. But I mean, I'm
Buisit.
saying no. It was
I mean,
unasked
look,
for.
I'm
She didn't
all
ask
for
for it.
women
You know.
empowerment. I'm all for gender equality and
Yeah.
all the,
Yeah.
stuff that comes with that. But we're talking about like a 60-year-old man trying to do
I know.
something nice. At
Right?
least
Yeah, that's
like
called for.
nod.
If
And
she
she
And
would
was
have
like
said
mad.
he
And
thank
she
you, like,
was
oh,
mad.
thank you.
She was
he
mad.
was
Yeah.
mad. And
Yeah.
I
She was
just
mad.
looked at the old guy like, I'm so sorry. I thank you. I just wanted to thank
Yeah.
him for
I mean,
her. But yes, I
I just want to
digress.
clarify. I also just want to clarify. Like everybody's probably thinking Rod's probably the most horrible friend in the world. I'm like, if horrible in a sense where like I don't do you favors and I don't like lend you money and I don't like I'm all over you, giving you sympathy and crap like that and giving you like sleeping in your house to keep you comforted and whatever in time of whatever. Yeah, I'm a horrible friend. But horrible in terms of a friend borrowing money, not paying you back, or horrible in terms of eating your food that you did not offer, or horrible in a sense of like taking advantage of you or using your position to get somewhere or whatever. No, I am not horrible in that sense. All right, so I'm kind
Oh,
of like,
that is
you
that
know what
is
I'm
a red
saying?
flag too. We
I'm
were
saying
talking about red flags earlier. Like, um, whenever like
because I don't do that crap.
people find out that like an aunt works here or your mom works
Yes.
here,
Oh my
and they're like,
god,
nakay kaila sa blank. Can you like, di ba imong mama
dude.
taga somewhere? Do you
Your
want? Can
mom,
you?
I know your
I
mom's like an
hate that.
LTO bigwig, right? So hook
No,
me up with
she's not.
a
She's not even. No,
hook
she's
me up with
not. She
a
works for
okay,
a
okay, but
private
anyway, no, I
firm.
know I'm playing it, but I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure like when people know you, I get it. I get it. It's a culture thing. I get
That's
it. Like
awful. You know what I
my
always
dad,
say to that? I don't work there. Why don't you call their
yeah.
hotline?
Well,
Because
you
I
would know
can
how many
never.
Yeah,
I can
I get
never
you.
ask someone to go like, yeah, your dad works here, right? Can you give me like a quick pass to get this kind of permit or something? I
Yeah.
don't I can't imagine ever doing that. I It
You
boggles
wouldn't
the mind
you
how
would know how many
people.
people have asked me to, like,
It's an
try
imposition
to
not
get them
just
a
on your
visa or
friend but on their
something, or
parent. That's
I
just
know
Like
it's
bizarre.
somebody asked you to get them a visa?
yeah, or like,
What?
Because when your
like
dad was still an ambassador,
hook
yes?
me up with DFA Davao so the passport
All right.
processing can be faster. I mean, I
All
don't
right.
take it
Okay.
against people when they do that, because they're not pointing a gun at me telling me do this or not, or they're not
Yeah, but
saying,
it just makes
they're not
things
necessarily saying
awkward.
you won't be my friend if, I mean, but I'd rather have honesty
But
though. See, I'm that kind
Rod,
of
come on,
person.
you
I'd
have to
rather have
admit, once
no.
that request for a favor has been issued and it's been denied, there's always going to be a little chink in that friendship. You know what I
I
mean?
know,
So
but
it
the
just
thing, no, but the
yeah,
thing
go
with
on.
me is I'm very honest too with my response. Like, I don't like, yeah, but try na ako. No, sometimes I do that, but like if it's something like that, like I know my dad's not gonna do it, I'm like
Mm.
immediately like, no, my dad doesn't do that thing. Like, I had a manager before ask me that, like somebody I worked for,
Mm.
was my superior, didn't even ask me anything major, just asked me if there's a certain thing that can be done in the process. And I just messaged my dad, and my dad just gave me the response. I just gave him the response. Like, I didn't go like, all out, like bug my dad, like my manager, whatever. No, because I'm very honest and upfront. Like, I'd rather have that. I'd rather have somebody ask me, Bay, paano naman ng visa or paano naman ng passport sa dad mo? Ganyan, ganyan. Baka may kilala siya sa DFW, baka tauhan niya yung ganyan, ganyan. You know, uh, it's like, I'd rather have that than have somebody tell me,
No, I
alam
think it
niya
has something to
magbabiyahe
do
ako.
with.
Alam niya may passport problem ako, di man lang siya nag-offer, yung dad niya nag-work. I'd rather have a person be upfront so I can turn him down face to face rather than like somebody tell me like what you Pinky said, di man lang nag-offer. Like di man lang nag-offer.
Mhm.
Like what I go around waiting for somebody in need and like I'll offer my
Yeah, do you
dad
go like,
services to.
hey, my dad's a
No, I
diplomat,
don't.
want
I think
help?
But if
it's
you
Yeah,
ask
it's
me,
exactly.
I'll turn you down. That's no problem.
okay.
As long as
Here's
you
the
don't hate
thing.
me for it.
I think with
You know?
us, Filipinos can't take a no for an answer. They get
That's
offended when
what
they
I'm
get a no.
saying. So
Yes,
like
It's so
exactly.
difficult. Like here, it's so normal that okay, can I do this? And they would be like, all right, and they're like, oh no, we can't do it. And like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, but
simple as that. Like, can we do it?
Red
Like, no,
flag.
you can't.
What Rod
Right.
was
Red
Thanks.
flag. Red flag of a friend. Person who can't take no for an answer. A friend can always take no for an answer.
Of
yeah.
course, yes.
If
A friend
you're
can
It's
always
like,
take
all
no for
right,
an
hey,
answer.
it's
Bay,
cool.
pwede ko matulog diya. Bay, kuan, di bay, kuan mo yung misis. Kaya yo. No, red flag. But
Like
if a
you had
guy
a
says,
friend like that.
kasabot ko bay.
that's a
Problema
weird
na ko ni.
way to
Okay. No, but I mean, like I'm saying, right?
All right,
If
yeah,
they can't
but
take no
nobody
for an
did that to you.
answer,
Yeah,
red
okay.
flag.
Somebody did
are
that to
those
you.
people are you
No, no,
friends
no, no,
with
no, no, no,
homeless people?
no, 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 no. Dude,
Not that there's
dramatic
anything wrong with
scenario
that,
here.
but
What's
We
wrong
would have
with
said
you?
oh,
that
okay.
after we sit in
Okay.
Sirodo.
Yeah. So that's a red flag for me. A person who cannot take no for an answer because I can take no. I can absolutely take no.
Okay,
Iceman, if you
friendship
can't
is.
accommodate, if you can't accommodate me in Japan when we're there, just say no. I'm fine. I'll live.
Dude, why can't
You
I
know?
not accommodate you? Like when I had a little
He's a
Bantay
house,
ha?
I couldn't.
he's a
Bantay ha?
I
homeowner in
can't. Like if
Japan.
I have the space, I can't.
Okay.
That I always
No,
tell
but
my friends,
like
I live in Gifu. I'm not in the center of Tokyo. I'm
it's
not even
fine.
the
It's
center of
Japan.
Nagoya. I
It's
live
Japan.
in Gifu, and it's in Sakuragaoka. It's not. So if yeah, I mean, I, why not? I'd be happy to have guests. It's
Sindero.
no, I mean
I
it's like
know.
Laking
dude, it's
pamamahay.
not
I
a
know.
big
I
deal when
know.
you have friends coming over. It's like no, I have space, and it's not that you're gonna. It's not like you're gonna stay here for the whole
I know.
year,
I know. I know.
right?
No,
It's
I
like
mean,
Yeah.
people are
I'm,
visiting. Like I'd be
I'm,
happy to have people come over.
I'm
It's
playing it.
like
I'm just
you know,
saying
like
people
having
can be
family over.
honest with me because, like, when I went to the US, before I went to the US, I had so many friends when they found out I was going to the US for like a vacation to see my sisters back in 2016. They were all like, "Bye, kita tabay, bye, sabay tabay, atuan ta ka sa bababa, blah blah blah." When I got there, I didn't even message any of them because first off, I was there. I was there to see my sisters. Next,
Right.
I wanted time for myself. Third,
Exactly.
I know these people are gonna take time off from work, travel how many
Mm.
hours by land to
Makakaabala
see
ka
me,
pa, yes.
and regardless. So a couple
The
of
problem they
friends,
would be happy, but I think it would be more
Buboy,
a bother to you. Yeah.
Buboy Kimpo went to see me. We
Right.
met up at Universal City Walk, picked me up, spent the whole night with me, took me back home. That was like an hour's drive from where he
Right.
lived to my sister's place. Stayed there, made sure, wanted to see me. We saw each other the next day again. I treated him to Mexican food and all that. So that's fine. But I don't think any less of the friends of mine who didn't
Who
take the
didn't
time to
show
see
up?
me.
Yeah.
I had a cousin who didn't even take the time to see me, and he promised to drive me around in a Ferrari, and we'd rent a Ferrari, and he'd drive me around Hollywood
But you
Boulevard.
didn't message him, right?
No, I didn't message him. He called me once, and he said, "I was fine." Like I said, I'm fine. I'm an adult. I can take care of myself. I'm not gonna sit around mumble and hate on people. You're still my friend because you're not my friend because of that promise. You are my friend because we went through together, because we've gone through experience. That's the reason why you're my friend. So you're not my friend because of a promise that you made. No, you're not a
And I
friend because
think
of a
for the
problem I might
most
have.
part, people like, for example, I have friends who, uh, like I had like okay, I had Doc Heck and his family stayed in my house because um, like, all right, like I gave up my room and they were there and they were pretty they were pretty nice, yeah, because I was more embarrassed because of I didn't live in a like at the center of like Nagoya or whatever. It was difficult to show them around, so I'm thinking of like, oh, what can I do to like make their stay worthwhile,
Terrible. Yeah.
to see the things that they're supposed to see, so that when they go home they'll be like, oh, we had the nicest time there. So that was more of like the thing for me, yeah. So they
Yeah.
came here, I was like really happy about it, like it wasn't even like sort of a bother or anything. Like they did things on their own as well. They were like, no, you have to work and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
they went to Osaka on their own, and but I think we went to somewhere together. So it was sort of like, see, there are people who are level headed about these things. I
Yes.
think the
Yes.
people who do not get the dynamic of friendship are the ones who are not really
So
your
full
friends in
of
the first
themselves,
place.
and they're so
Yeah.
full of
No, they're
themselves.
not really. Yeah, yeah. And they're not
Most of them are
your friends in the first
self-centered
place.
people. It's like they always think, how can this person be a friend to me? But they never think, just just leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right?
That's
I mean,
true.
like,
That's true.
I mean, okay, like these doctors
Friendship
you're
is
talking
not
about.
supposed to be about that. It's not supposed to be about,
Yes.
oh, how much did I give? How much did you get? Like, it's not supposed to be about that. It's supposed to be like, yeah, we're cool. Like, yeah, we're together. We're cool. And there are things that I can't do because I'm not Superman and I'm not Elon Musk or I'm not, Jeff Bezos. So,
Yes.
like I have my limitations. So you have to
Well,
understand.
what's
Like,
what's a red flag for you, Ice? What's a red flag for you? I mentioned
eh,
one. A person who can take no. Pinky mentioned what was that, Pinks? Like
Favors.
taking advantage, favors, taking
Yeah.
advantage. What
Like
about you? What's
relatives
what's
yeah,
a
I
red?
think
especially.
same for me. And wow, some red flag, red flag. Yeah, like di naman ka nagapanlibre ba eh.
No,
Huh?
no, no.
Like, huh?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
What?
Emotional
I heard
blackmail.
that. Yeah, I heard that. Like, okay, it wasn't actually, it wasn't addressed to me, but it was again my wife because my wife's like really generous. Like me, I've never been that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
I'm I can be a listening friend. I can be
good
with you the
listener.
whole
You're a good
day.
listener.
I wouldn't mind. I will stay with you for a week. It doesn't matter. As long as I don't have to spend, if it's just time and my attention and
Your
words that
companionship.
would,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, I could give that. No chance I will, like hold back with that. But in terms of like I can't give what I don't have, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
people know that. Most of my friends know that, and they come to me for these things, and they never come to me for those other things, right? But then
Yeah.
again, to my wife, this happened one time, um because we just got married, and the conversation was sort of, I'm not gonna say who, but it's just like there was one person who said like, oh, ever since you got married, you don't treat us anymore, you don't buy us
Yeah.
stuff or whatever. And that was just like, ding! I was like, what the nerve of this guy? And to
Triggered.
my face too. I was like, no, I was just like,
Triggered.
oh man. So I
Yeah.
think that ruined it for me at that point. So I was like, I was, yeah, I'm just like whatever. So I
How are you?
never,
How are
I,
you
I
when you
never
get
became close to them.
when you encounter something like that? How are you? Do you like?
How
Are
do you
you the type
break up with a friend? How do
magluod
you
ka ba
lose a
forever?
friend?
Good.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's transition to that. We can continue with red flags too along the way,
Right.
but yeah,
Yes.
go ahead. That's a good
No,
statement
I
right
can I
there.
can end a
Or
friendship. I
question.
can end a friendship and that's it. Like really end it. It's like fine. It's like to me a friend is, like we're cool. We're friends. You don't have to be an asshole to me.
I'm
You know
the
what I'm saying?
passive aggressive type. I just
Right?
block you out. I just restrict my
Me too.
Facebook.
Me too. Like
Never
I
talk to
told
you ever
I
again.
told you
Yeah,
about this
I
on
get the
Saturday.
feeling
Yeah?
that Pinky. I get the feeling that Pinky's like that. It's easy for her to like slip in and out of like
Yeah,
relationships like in that
I
Yeah,
just
sense,
because yeah.
platonic.
But with me, I'm
so the
like, okay, it was like this friendship was like really tight. So I thought it was really tight, and I thought we were like brothers and stuff. But then that one final straw, I was just like, nah, it's not worth it. I mean, like nah, that's it. And he left, and I don't care about him. Like, and people would bring it up to me. And they're like, oh well, and they're like, oh, you're like a kid. Like, dude, I have forgotten about the guy. I don't even think about the guy, and you're
Yeah,
bringing him up. Who's the
yeah,
kid here? I
yeah,
I'm indifferent. I do not hate him. If he's successful, if he has a good life right now, I'm very happy for him. But he doesn't have to be in my life. I don't
yeah.
want
yeah.
him in my life.
Yeah.
Do
You
not bring
know,
him up because they force me to like, please talk to him now. Like, I don't want to talk to him because
Well,
I have
Ice,
that's
forgotten about
rather
Ice.
him.
We
You
dramatic.
we we
brought him
need
up.
we need a new like feature in our show where every time each of us gets triggered, like like this like stress
Triggered,
thing goes
triggered, triggered.
because I know it's friendship, and that's why we're so triggered, so to speak, because I don't claim to be the best friend. Like I always say, I'm the a-hole guy. Like I'm the guy you cannot depend on. Don't depend on me. Don't depend on me to be there. Don't depend on me. I'm not the guy you call when you're in jail and expect no. All right. I'm just because I didn't sign
Jong,
up
you
for
know
that.
this guy.
You
Jong,
know.
you know this guy.
So cool.
You
Yeah,
know
Joe.
this
Probably.
guy.
I know who he's talking about too. Was this the guy you were telling me about last night? The other night? Is
Yeah,
this the same guy?
Saturday.
Okay.
Jong,
All
you,
right.
you have no idea.
So so
You're
yeah.
probably close than you can ever imagine.
Yeah.
It's
No, but
really
stop
close
giving
to you.
clues. Stop giving clues. You can divulge it later. All right. You can
All right.
stop giving clues. Let him keep him guessing. So
All right.
so with another, I'll just add another red tag for me. For people who are like, is this a friend? This is not a person who cannot be frank and honest with me. That's like I mentioned Chuck telling me about the V-neck and how
Yes.
like don't ever. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I was embarrassed, but I appreciated it because a friend will like. Okay, here's the thing. Like for example, I hear something that Iceman said about me. Oh, bye. Iceman said something about you. The first thing I will do, message Iceman, call Iceman, clarify it with Iceman, right? But what do
True.
most people do? They let it. What do the first thing people will do? Post on Facebook.
Right.
Ning tawhana
Blah blah
ni,
blah blah blah
traidor
blah
kay
blah
ni,
blah blah blah.
amigo na, all without even hearing it from the horse's
Yes.
mouth,
Yes.
without even
Yes.
talking to the friend concerned here.
Triggered.
So
Triggered.
for me,
Oh,
Triggered.
yes.
for me, that's a red flag. Because I'm very honest.
Ice
If
Ice
But
told
I
us a
think
story this
no, hold on.
I
Like I'm just saying. Yeah, go, babe.
bawal yan. Bawal yan.
no,
Yeah,
I remember
no,
Ice telling us a story recently, and if you go back in time and just that guy asked Ice what the real deal was, the entire thing wouldn't have happened, right? Like what you're
yes,
saying, like talk to the
yes.
person.
Talk to the
Yeah.
person. Like
Yeah,
if
no,
you have a
I
problem,
was
if I said
okay
something, or you said something, or
with that.
she said something,
Okay, with that
talk to the
situation, it
person.
wasn't even that anymore because it pretty much he did a lot of
No,
things already.
not on your part, like the guy's part who told the let's talk about it off air.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
don't,
no,
don't, don't,
We're
don't bring
gonna
that up.
talk
it's
about
more of
it.
like
We're
that
gonna
That's not
name
even
friendship
about a
names.
ended.
friend.
Okay.
That's not even about a
That
friend. That's
friendship ended. It's because of like he had those, like he did a lot of things already in the past. And we're just like, all right, he's a friend. I'll let it slip. He's a friend. He's a friend. I mean, that's a friend. He's just that, like terrible friend. Like he does a lot of terrible stuff, but he's still a friend. But that particular
last straw
like
broke the camel's
yeah, the
back.
Yeah,
last
yeah, yeah,
straw.
yeah.
His
That thing.
actions were just not acceptable. He didn't do a bad thing per se. Like he didn't do like the usual bad things that he does. It wasn't that because it wasn't sort of like most of the things that he used to do were like they were criminal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like criminal. Like these
Okay.
things are like yeah, they would get you into trouble and stuff like that. The last thing was just like it was sort of like oh that was I just felt like oh man. I mean, come on. It was like
Yeah. Well,
crap.
well, the bottom line here is you should always, if you want to be treated like an adult, act like an adult. And like I always say,
Exactly.
if I can dish it out, I can take it.
Okay,
If
and
I'm
and
if,
and
I'm,
and,
if I'm
and
gonna insult you or say something offensive to you, throw it back at
all
me.
right,
Or if I
Pinky.
did
All right,
offend
And
you, tell me. Right?
all
another
right,
red
Pinks.
flag, someone who
Go.
like competes with you. The
Okay.
friendship is becoming a competition. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
It's a competition is fine if it's healthy and it motivates both of you to do whatever it is that you're doing, but be better.
Does-
But
Does
the
it
moment
count
it
when you
becomes
say? Does it count when you say like, "Oh, I just bought a new Banana Republic
And
polo
I
shirt,"
go,
and somebody would be like,
dude, I had a friend who would literally grab the back of my shirt and ask me what the brand was. I thought that
"You
was a
just
very
grab
weird
his.
thing to
You
Pinky,
do.
just grab
you
his."
know,
That's weird thing to do.
I know you're trying to hit on like Ice and I. You're trying to out talk each other, but we're
No, no,
beyond
no,
that.
no, no.
We're past
We're past
competing.
that, Rod.
We're both losers at this stage,
At this
right?
point, that
Yeah.
ship has sailed.
I know.
Yeah. Yes,
No,
Okay.
we
but I
never,
mean,
we
if
never.
Yeah,
the
that's true.
friendship,
That's
if the
terrible.
friendship becomes a competition between the two of you, like
That's true.
You're
um,
not, well, you're
who
not
gets the
friends
better
if that's the
car,
case.
Yes.
who got
Really?
the bigger
Do people
promotion.
do people do that? Like who has
Oh,
a better
apparently they
car?
do. They do, and like
Fuck, man, what kind of a
Rod
person
is
is that?
Now
Rod
who?
is Rod,
Now
Rod is
who?
trying to
Yeah,
you know
I kind of
like
get like who
No,
you're
no,
talking
no.
about. Like I kind
No,
of
no,
get who
I'm,
you're
I'm
talking
who
about.
who
Hey,
went.
I get.
I
Yeah.
have a friend who was like,
I have a
oh, so
friend.
you went to Thailand. I think I went to Thailand that summer, and I was like, yeah, I went to Thailand, brought my sister with me, and
I went
that
the same.
person was like, oh yeah, I spent the summer in Switzerland. I'm like,
Who gives a shit?
okay,
Okay, all right.
Hold on.
okay,
Hold on. Is that
that's
me?
just
No, be, no,
that's
because
just
no, because that's my like. If somebody brings up something like I've been to somewhere,
that's
I always say,
fine,
oh,
Rod.
been there.
That's
But I'm not
fine.
competing. It's the
But the
truth.
thing is,
Yeah, I
the
lived in
thing
London.
is that
But I mean,
that that
Kensington High Street.
that question was asked so she could tell me about
All
her
right, yeah,
time in
true.
Switzerland. You know what I
All
mean?
right,
I get you.
okay.
I
Because
get you.
I think we were talking about taxes or something.
Thailand.
And she was like, "Hey,
Right.
by the way, didn't you go to Thailand?" And I was like, "Yeah, I went to Thailand, brought my sister. We had a lot of fun walking around." And she was like, "Oh yeah, because I spent my summer in Switzerland." And I'm like,
Who gives a
"Cool."
fuck?
And I
Wow.
went back to
Right?
talking about taxes, and she was pissed. But yes, something
It
like
should have
that.
been like ma at pa. You know what that
I
means?
know, right? I mean, you could
Malay
just
ko
tell
pakialam
me
ko.
that, hey, did you see my
Mali ka
pictures?
pakialam ko.
I went to
Ma at
Switzerland.
pa.
That's
All right,
just
Yeah,
okay.
weird.
I get you.
That's
I get
just
you.
weird.
Something
get
that Rod mentioned earlier about
Mm,
coming from the horse's mouth. Okay, this
mm.
happened to me in flip mode. All right, I thought our friendship was gonna end because it was so
Where's
terrible.
Rod going? Why is he on top
No,
of
Hey,
a
the,
table?
dude, what are you doing?
the aircon was like directly
Oh,
pointed at me. Oh, by the way, before Iceman continues, I just ordered a green screen. So
A green screen?
hopefully by next week
Why
I'll
didn't
have
you ask?
something.
All right,
I'll have
you
something
should
here
have
in the back.
asked Reese or Carice.
Why?
Like,
why?
I was planning to get a green screen. It's like, what? You're so jologs. Don't get a green screen. Why are you getting a green screen? I don't know for what reason, but she was like the one who opposed the idea, of me getting a green
Is
screen.
Rod
But
frozen
okay, let's
or
see.
is he just staring at us very intently? Is he frozen?
I think he's frozen. He's frozen.
At the worst moment possible, too. What happened to Rod? Rod, are you there? Can
Dude.
you hear us?
Rod.
But
Hey.
Earth to Rod. Rod
Hey.
Rodriguez.
All right, I'll remove him,
Oh,
then
he's
add the
gone.
screen.
There he.
All right, no, I removed him and I added him again. But see, can you see him on the backstage?
No,
like,
no,
like,
no,
like what he looks like. It's just all
no.
black. But
I
anyway, all
can't.
right.
I think it's the only. I think you're the only person who can see him.
Screenshot. Oh, did
Oh
somebody do a
man, we
screenshot?
already
Oh, I
closed it.
forgot. Oh, shucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boo.
he was gone. He was gone. Phone died probably. Phone died. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was striking a post, like waiting for you
Yeah.
to finish your sentence. But why are we picking on Rod?
Lumalabas, ha? Lumalabas. Oh, by the way, that would be our episode for this week. All right.
What? Staring at
on
Rod?
Saturday.
At your
Like no.
sweetness? Oh.
It's Pride Month. Let's celebrate Pride Month.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna have somebody.
That'll be
I think
topic
Jem.
for
I haven't
Saturday.
talked to him yet, but we're gonna have him. It's on 80%. Okay.
How do you know that he's gonna agree if you haven't talked to him?
Well, Reese already talked to him.
All right.
Okay. He's
Cool,
Reese's
cool.
friend, so
Looking forward to it.
he said yes, but I haven't really talked to him yet. But so I think we're gonna have Jim, and we're gonna talk about his journey coming out. So
Mm.
right, it's all about
That's this
pride
Saturday.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's gonna be
Uh,
a fun, lighthearted conversation. It's not gonna
yeah,
be
it's
like,
yeah, it's not gonna be
heavy
hardcore,
and
man.
political. It's just gonna be, our typical
Yeah.
brand of conversation, but with a really interesting topic and on time too, because it's Pride Month. June is Pride Month. And
Screenshot. There's a
where
screenshot,
is
Pinks.
he? What happened? Somebody shared it, the screenshot?
Hang on. Okay, here's the screenshot. No, oh yeah, somebody's hang on. The screenshot is from CJ. Hang on. Hey, am I okay?
Busted by his
Jajang.
own nephew. Where is
Yeah,
it? I
right.
can't see
Okay, there.
anything yet. What
Tomate.
happened to him?
Hang on. I have to open it one more time. All right. Okay, close, open. Let's see. All right. Okay. Full screen. Here it is. All right,
Nothing still.
Pinks. Okay. Hang on. I'll go
What is
here.
happening? I don't
Share
even know what's happening anymore.
screen. Share screen. Boom. Window ka. Boom. There you go. Do you see it?
Loading. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's
Okay,
gone
hang on.
now. Where did he go? Rod, are you okay? Can you hear us? Blink twice. Oh, but we can't see you, so that wouldn't count.
Here it is.
Oh, there it is. Hey, Rod. Hey, Frozen Rod. Where did he go?
What happened? Hey, Rod.
He brown out? Baka naman walang kuryente or something. Does
Well,
that happen there in Japan a lot?
CJ lives
Power
near
interruption?
Rod, so I'm pretty sure like they have electricity right now. I'm sure the power didn't go off. Okay, going back. I don't want to start a story without Rod. Because like Rod has a connection to flip mode, so I have to talk about it. But anyway,
Yeah,
all right.
just
So yeah,
tell
we're
me the
talking about
story.
friendship.
Okay.
We're
Yes.
talking about friendship, people. We're talking about the
Okay,
dynamics.
wait. While we wait for Rod to come back, I have a question for you, Ice. Do you
Right.
have like a best friend, like one person that you call my best friend? Like if somebody
All
asks
right,
you,
okay.
who's your best friend? Do you,
All right,
do you have
so
a person in mind?
all right, okay. So here's the thing. When I got married, I have 3 best men. I already picked out one. See, this is how good of a friends we are. Because I was like, all right, I'm gonna have Yoda as my best man, right? And the others
Okay.
would be like just groomsmen, yeah. So like he's my
Mhm.
best man. And the other guy was just like flipping. I was like, no, you're not gonna have him as your best man. Like, what? I'm gonna be the best man. Like, I'm not gonna go to your wedding if I'm not the best man. All right, fine, you're the best man too. Then the other guy was like, if he's the best, if they're both best men, I can't be not the best man as well. I'm
You
like,
gotta pick
so I have to,
one.
yeah,
Do you have
okay,
one best
but
friend?
yeah, so I did. So the thing is, all right, okay, right.
Rod is back. Hey, Rod.
He's back.
Welcome
Somebody on
back.
What
Facebook,
happened to you, my
somebody on
friend?
Facebook hates me. Somebody's running Facebook hates me. He's like, I'm
You
gonna
wanna
kick
see
this
your
guy
face?
out.
We had
wanna
so
see
many
your face?
conspiracy theories. You were abducted by aliens. A Grab delivery person arrived.
I bought another
Blackout.
BTS. I bought
kidnapped.
another BTS meal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Yes.
possibility
I'm
since
so
you like the
addicted to the
first one so much.
sauce. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened to the computer. I need to get I need to update this thing. My
Aren't
kids
you on
wanted
your
to put it
phone?
on. No, the
Aren't you on
camera
your
is
phone?
the phone. The camera, but the actual.
Oh,
But I'm watching this on the monitor is the Mac.
the Mac.
It's an
Okay.
Air, so it has no power. An Air is basically that's it, Air.
There you
So
are.
what is that? I got it before I got
Yeah,
abducted.
you were frozen for like a minute or two, looking like
Really?
yeah.
Really?
We were like,
I s-
are you frozen, Rod, or are you just staring
Yeah,
at
we were.
us?
I was.
what they,
I was
what they doing?
continuing. I was
Indonesian
talking.
guy?
I continued my. I was talking about like the green screen and stuff, and I thought that you were like
Yeah, I thought it was
trying
just
to,
very. I'm like,
like
that's
just
a
strike a
very weird
pose
way.
and wait for me until I finish about what Reese
Wait
told me
for
about the
Ice to
green screen.
finish.
Like I was about to talk. Like I was about to.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly. Bisaya pa ning hunat na ka ba? Unya wa ka ni dayon ng
Yeah,
Victoria.
exactly.
And there was no
Hunat,
reaction whatsoever. So I'm like, crap.
Oh
He's done.
jeez. All right.
But I asked
Okay.
Ice a question and he was answering. I asked him like, do you have a best friend? Like one person
Right.
you consider your best friend? And carry on,
And
Ice. You were
all right, so you were at the wedding,
saying.
yes, and I had 3 best men, so like I had 3 best men, because the other 2 didn't like. No, if he's the best man, I'm a best man too. So all right, fine. And Yoda didn't take it against them. And I was like, all right, fine. Yeah, we're all close here. But then if, like we're all close. But then Yoda has been like the person who's been with me for the longest
You
time.
have the most amazing friends. Flip Mode and Yoda. They sound like such cool people.
Well, we're posers.
Those
We're
are
posers.
amazing
That's what we
names.
are. We're posers. So Yoda, this guy,
Yeah,
has been
my friends
has
are
been
like
my friend
Brando,
since
Mama. We totally like don't
right,
even sugarcoat it.
right. So Yoda has been with me since like what, second year high school.
Hmm.
So yeah, we became friends, and I didn't even like him in the beginning. I hated that guy. Like I really hate him. I know not hate him, but he's annoying. Like I know I'm annoying, but because he just annoyed me. You know what I'm saying? You know what he did? He first day I went to school, and I was a new student, and he was there drunk early in the morning. Right? He had red horse. Him, then this other guy, then this other guy. There were like three of them, and they started talking to me because they know who I am, and they heard that I like this particular girl who went to that school in elementary. So he was like pissing me off, like, "Hey man, you know who I am, and blah blah blah. And like, you know who this girl is, and who this guy is behind her. Like hugging her and stuff." I was like, I don't really give a shit. And like, I can smell the red hairs from his mouth. I think he was just drunk, right? But like, and he was like really small at that time because he was like a short guy, like when we were in high school. So
Mm.
kind of like hated him. But I think at some point in our second year high school, we became friends all of a sudden, and
You
that was
hit it
really
off.
yeah, we that was so unexpected. It all started with going to Gaisano Ilustre and going to Living Bread to buy
As
pandesal,
you do in the 90s, yes.
right? Because we were like, all right, let's go to Living Bread and let's do this trick like when I used to do when I was in City High for a year, and it clicked, and we were like laughing after that. We got like like we're supposed to just like have one each, but we ended up having two pandesal, like each of us. Then I think that started out that way. Then we started hanging out. Then Yoda has been like, yeah, we've been
What
just
is it?
like
What is
hanging out
this
until
like?
like
What is like origins of friendship time?
no,
No,
like
like
he's
you
like
have a
so
best
the best
friend.
friend. See, I'm trying to give a context
Oh,
because
okay, okay,
Flip
okay,
Mode
got it,
too
got it.
is a
Got
very
it,
good
okay.
friend. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
got it,
cannot
got
like
it.
just like like so I'm
But you
gonna
Concept
say
of a
can't
this.
best
you
friend. Okay,
can't
got it, got it, got
choose
it,
Right,
got
yeah,
it,
just
got it,
one.
got it.
You
right,
can't
because
choose
Okay.
just one.
yeah,
So have you
so
done yours yet, Pinks? No, not yet. So we're
not
going
yet.
on.
No,
No.
just,
Going on.
yeah,
Okay.
so
So you can't.
I think
You're
Flip Mode is still
ice. You're choosing
yes.
between two. You're choosing between
No, no,
two.
like well, we're like really tight, but she's asking me like which one. But so I'm gonna just put it in a way where okay, Flip Mode left and stayed in Manila, right? So
Okay.
I mean, like, so he's out of the picture. But with Yoda, we've been like, dude,
So
people
it's
would think that
Yoda.
we're gay. Yeah, like, are you guys lovers? Because we
Okay.
would be like, we
Let me
we
ask
are
you.
together for the whole
If you can
time.
only
Like,
say you were on a sinking boat and you can only
And you can
save
only
one.
save one.
dude, I will die. They both can swim. They're good swimmers. They're good
Oh yeah,
swimmers.
especially flip mode. He's a freaking scuba
Yes, I
diver,
know.
right? Ain't he?
Okay,
So
MJ, no, I went to City High for about a year. I'm a weak
see,
person.
no
I'm a
way
weak
he's gonna
person.
admit. No way he's gonna say he's a City Eye alumni.
No, my wife is. My wife is. Me.
Okay.
So like, okay, I told you how I hated like going there because like without like not enough chairs, not enough benches.
Yeah.
Some of the teachers suck because they sell something inside the classroom. So I really
Yeah.
hated that school. But it's not. I didn't finish there not because of the school. I think it's because of me being so weak. My wife stayed there
Okay.
for 4 years. She finished,
Yeah.
and she is more pampered than I was,
Dude, I
and
went to
she
City Eye
finished
for
there.
like a couple of months, and the first thing I realized there was that the seniors there, the fourth year high school guys there, have like cigarette burns on their hands, and that's
Right?
apparently like a sign as membership in a gang. And like, if you wanted to be, I was there for a couple of months, and then I get shipped out. So
Right.
anyway, like I'm
So yeah,
saying,
so yeah, MJ
yeah,
didn't finish there because basically I'm weak.
he
My
was
wife
scared.
is an alumnus of that was today. So okay, let's go back to. So I'm gonna pick Yoda just because of that. And Yoda is like,
Okay,
I'd be working, and he would be at the station. He'd be like waiting for me, like waiting for a
yeah,
girlfriend or something. And it's like I
yeah,
didn't even ask him to do that, but he's just like waiting there.
and
All right, are we going home? All
and
right,
he
let's go
and
home.
Pinky. Here's the
And I
twist to
would go
this
to his
story.
office too, and stay
Here's
Wait,
there
the
siya ba
twist
waiting
yung
to
for
this
a girl.
story.
kabahay-bahayan mo? Siya
Yes,
yung
he's
kalaro
my
mo?
name. No, 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 no. No, here's the twist of the story. Yoda is now my neighbor.
Yeah, Yoda is his
Seriously?
neighbor.
Yes, like literally,
No, no, no.
like like probably 2 houses away.
I was
So
gonna
I'm
ask
telling
if
you,
Yoda was the guy who played
Iceman,
Bahay. No,
with.
no, 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 no,
I
no, no.
yeah, no, no, no.
No.
He yeah, he was the
Thank God,
guy. He
no.
was the mom.
Thankfully,
He
no.
was the mom. No wonder he doesn't talk anymore. All right, but anyway, I'm just saying.
Traumatized by
I'm
ice.
just, I'm just saying. Okay, so that was the deal. That was the question. Like between who's your best friend? Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
if you have
Um.
any, if you
Right.
have a
So
Okay.
best.
I would
Okay.
put Yoda there, but then they're all like, like
Yeah.
we're really good
If
friends with
if
Flipmo
you're gonna
and
ask,
like Eric.
me who my best friend is,
Right. Who?
I know. You wanna know what it is?
Okay, no saying your
It's
wife or your
No, not your
no,
wife.
child
no.
Right. No,
or
no,
your
not
mom or your
You
Raj,
dad.
you
not
both know
Irish.
him. You both know him very well.
Right.
You know who
Who?
it is?
Yourself?
It's Mau Abelia.
Right. Okay. Give us a
Really?
context. Why?
You wanna know why?
Because
Because
like
Because
he
he
told
told
you
you
that
not
you
because
to wear
stuck
the
he
V-neck.
no because he
you
don't
stuck with
give
that
a
V-neck
shit.
shirt. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because of that V-neck shirt. Yes.
and he told me he was honest enough to be a friend to tell me,
Yeah. Yeah.
Rod, don't. And you know what? You know what? You know why I also said that? Because he's
Yeah.
tuned in right now.
He
Oh,
I'm
is.
hi,
chatting
Mom.
with him. I'm chatting with
Hi,
Is
him.
Chuck.
he?
Yeah. And I asked him, dude, can you join? He's like, nah,
I don't think
I'm
he
about to go to
can.
bed. He's chickening it.
I
I don't
don't.
think it can. I know, I know. I
Yeah,
was just,
I don't think he can.
it's an offer because I don't want to be a bad
Dude,
friend.
what are
And
you
he might
talking
think,
about? Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
nah.
See,
right.
he's on. Yeah. Right.
See, that's why he's my best friend. He's not
Yeah.
buying
Right.
my shit, he ain't buying it. But Chuck, Mao, all right, Mao, dude, you did tell me right at one time at that bar to never wear that V-neck again. I hope he remembers it because I never forgot that night. I've worn a lot of lousy outfits in my life, and I've never had a friend up front tell me, dude, don't ever wear that shirt ever again. And Maurice, being the friend that he is, maybe he was half drunk already at the time. Yeah, he remembers. Absolutely. See, that's why I said he's my best friend because he can be man enough to be honest to me. I don't like people who cannot be honest with me. You have to be upfront. Whether if I can take the good, you should be able to take the bad. That's how friends are, right?
That's true.
If
That's
you
true.
can hear good things and praises from them, you should also be able to hear the painful truth from them. Epic, right?
Epic. Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course. Epic.
So that's all I'm saying. I mean, Miguel. Like I grew up. If there's anybody that has known me the longest, it's Miguel because I grew up with him. He
Okay.
taught me
Here's the
how.
excuse. Dude, I was drunk.
That goes
Dude, I
without
was.
saying.
Mao, shut up, dude. You'd say the same thing even if you weren't. The thing with Mao is he's very fashion conscious. He does not want to be seen with Jolog's people. You have to know that if you're not dressed right, he will disown you. if
Dude, yeah,
you're
yeah.
if
He
you
would say things.
right,
He would
he
say
will.
things. Like
He
there
will.
was one time my brother was like really drunk, and he's a lousy drunk man, and he told me, "Oh man, your brother's a lousy drunk." I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah, he's
Don't,
honest.
you can
He's
say that again.
honest. Like,
Don't
but
tell me something I don't know, man. Tell me something I don't
I
know. I
know.
live with the guy.
Well,
He
he told me
sleeps with the
something I didn't
dog.
know. He
He
told me
sleeps
something
with
I
the
didn't
dog.
know. He
He's a
told me something
lousy
I didn't
drunk.
know. He told me
Right?
something
What?
I didn't know, Ice, that
The
I
V-neck
didn't look
shirt.
good in a V-neck. I didn't look good in a V-neck. And now
So
I've never
is
worn
it
a V-neck
safe to
since.
say, Rod, that if we were to go to your house, we would never find a single V-neck shirt,
Nope.
Yeah.
and you owe that
No.
to
Uh-uh.
Chuck, to Mao.
Okay, the last time I wore a V-neck shirt, was for the Subaru gig for the Palm Challenge because it was part of
Right.
the, and they required me to wear it because I was co-hosting with who's this guy, the tall, the soy dude. But anyway, he's like a known host, and and we were required to wear it. But I wore a round shirt neck underneath. Para the obvious yung V-neck. You know
Ang
what I'm saying?
init
Ah, what's
kaya
his name? What's his
nun.
name?
Uh,
100.3 The Hive. What's his name?
yes, that
The
guy.
Hive.
Jimmy
100.3.
Cricket, I think his name was,
Jimmy
or his old
Cricket.
name.
Jimmy Cricket.
Yes.
Jimmy Cricket.
Well, James Deacon.
James
James
Deacon.
Deacon.
Yes.
Okay,
Jimmy Cricket.
that guy, no, the
I
car
I like
co-hosted
that
guy,
with
guy.
James Deacon
I
the
like
car,
for
that
the
guy.
the
I
car
like
second.
that guy.
guy.
For the, yeah. So if he was wearing it, I had to wear it like Subaru, whatever, blah blah blah. So but I'm just saying, like, okay, if it's a person who's known me the longest, it's Miguel because he taught me how to ride a bike. I've known him since I was like maybe 9 years old, but he's way older than me. He's like older by like three years or so. So
Mm.
he hung out with like a shady crowd, like the much older, like the college kids while we were like in elementary or something. But like my best friends are funny because they're the ones who usually are like we don't have friction because they kind of get me, they get me. They know wala silang aasahan sa akin, and they also know that you know they know what to they it's like they know what purpose I serve, and they don't put me in a position where it's difficult for me to be the friend that I'm not. Because that's how you should be. If you're a good friend, you know exactly which friends serve which purpose, and you do not put one friend in an awkward position or in a difficult situation where they have to be this person who they're not, just because friend kita. So immediately you have all these, you possess all these virtues, you possess all these qualities because you're my friend. That's BS. I can't even be the same boyfriend to a different girl, right? You're not the same brother to a different sibling. You're not the same coworker to a different colleague at work. They all see us differently. We all show different side. Okay, dude, quit denying it. I think he's drunk now. He's back again. but,
I think it
but you
just
know what I'm saying.
keeps going.
I
Yeah.
know. But you know what I'm saying. It's like that's my point. It's like I hate it when people expect things from me when I'm not that friend who has that role. We have a friend with that role. That's his specialty. There's the Hilomon guy. There's the Bangka Tanggero guy. There's the Palautang guy. There's the guy na natutulog paglasing. There's the guy na chick boy. There's the guy na but ang storya. We all play roles. And you cannot expect everybody to play all these roles. And I think that's the same way with me and like Miguel and like with Mao. If Mao's hanging out with others, his social friends in Ateneo, that's because they cover that
Yeah,
that space.
they go way
I'm not the
back.
social
Like,
guy from
right.
Ateneo, you know. I'm not the
And he
elitista
brought me
dude.
to one party.
I
I
Didn't
told
you
you
go
that
know.
to
story,
Ateneo,
yeah?
Rod? Didn't you go
What?
to Ateneo? Didn't you go to
College, but
Ateneo?
we're talking high school here. That's a different
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
crowd. Ateneo High
I
School
made
is
that
a different
mistake going with
fraternity.
Chuck. I went to
Ateneo High
that
School is
party.
a different fraternity.
Oh
Ateneo
man, I
College,
remember
they
that time.
discriminate that. I attended an Ateneo alumni thing once, and I thought I knew everybody because I knew this guy from college. I know this guy, and they looked at me like how Chuck saw me when I walked in that bar with a V-neck. All right, it's like
With disdain.
you were
Who
not
is
Berkmans.
this
You're
guy?
not section blah blah blah. Like I never went to Ateneo High School, so I was not persona grata, but I felt like okay, maybe the alumni is not necessarily for college Ateneo. Maybe this
You're
is kind
probably
of
welcome there, but it's just that they don't, like they don't know you or
no,
anything.
they
So
have
it's
because they
like,
have
well, who's
because
this
they have
guy?
their cliques. Nothing against them.
Yeah,
That's them. Why would you like? I have my own clique. I won't invite them to a Bakaka Boys reunion. What are you talking about,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
So to each his own and her own. But I'm just saying, it's like Chuck knows, like he won't expect
yeah.
me to
And
be that
like,
guy.
okay, since Chuck is
He bought
listening,
you,
he's a really
okay?
good
He
sport.
bought you.
He's a
He
really
bought
good
you
sport. I think I really,
because you were
yeah,
supposed to. You
like, yeah, I know, man. I mean, that was terrible. You see, if I could turn back time, I would not prioritize work because my excuse at that time was it was work.
Yeah.
We
Well,
had
explain
like
to
an
Pinky.
event.
Explain to Pinky what
Okay,
happened. What it was
right.
about.
All right. So I
What
don't know
happened?
I don't know if Chuck's still listening. Okay, Chuck's wedding day, right?
Mm.
All I was asking was like, no, because we had an event too. So I thought, like, all right, so the weddings were like what at 5? So I thought I could get there at 7 and it'd still be okay. But turns out the wedding was like, it was really enough. It was it wow, I don't know like what happened, but it was it kind of like it went along really fast. Yeah, it was when I got there, it was finished.
Yeah,
Chuck,
I think I
Chuck,
was with you at the time. I think I was with
yeah,
you
we
at
were
the time.
together, and
Yeah, we're
Billy
together.
Kane, I really feel bad about this. Like he
And
ended up hosting
hosting.
his
Yeah,
own wedding,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
first time ever.
But Ice. See,
I
I'm
really
telling
feel
you.
bad. I
But
really
Ice,
feel bad because if
but
I knew that I was just gonna leave work and leave,
yeah,
that particular like station, because I was, me, man, I'm a hardcore like, oh, I'm a radio guy. I'm like,
yeah.
I should have just like left that thing and
But
went
Ice, I
directly
hold
because
on.
I said yes to him. To
Don't
be fair, I said
don't
yes to him,
don't
but
worry
I
about it.
thought it
Don't
was
worry.
gonna be at 7.
Don't worry about it because
But
I
he was a
told
very
you.
good sport. Like he
Mao
told me
is
he felt bad, and
Mao
I
was
think
very
Billy
honest.
Kane
He
got
went
my
up to you. He went up to
yes.
you
He
that
talked to
night.
me.
He walked
I was
up to
like,
you. He said,
I'm like, what the
"Bye, bye."
exactly,
But
exactly,
that
and I
you
own
were,
up to that. Yeah, like
yeah.
I
But you know,
I was like, oh, I just should have just like left that event, because it was a motorcade too. Frick, crap, it was a
yeah,
motorcade, but
yeah.
not it's not an excuse.
I get
Then
you. I get you. We were
Billy Kane
together.
had my back. Was like, hey, like I think he was trying to explain to Chuck what really happened, but I'm like, but I really felt bad because I mean he ended up hosting his
He
own wedding,
did. He
and
did.
I
He
think one of
did.
his friends like really got mad at me, and I understand that because like, dude, who wouldn't get mad? I mean, I didn't show up for that. I was supposed to host it. And I was like, oh man, I really feel bad about it. Like, so you were tired, like, oh man,
No. I'm
every time
saying
it comes back, I'm like, oh crap.
Ice. You know that's the thing. The thing is, Mao doesn't harbor any ill feelings towards you whatsoever.
Well, I
He,
know, but
like
it's still a shitty thing to do. Like,
only that one
I
night
feel
when we were
shit about it.
only that one night we were drinking at streets, and he was like, "Bantay lang talaga yan si Ice. Lapayin mo
I will
talaga
stab him
yan."
the next time he shows his face. I'm just
I
gonna
love
stab him right
that.
away.
see,
Almost
see,
every, actually, every single person involved in this story is a guy, and just goes to show that guys have drama too. It's not an
Yeah, we do. We do
exclusive
have drama.
girl
we
thing,
do, man.
right?
No,
Yeah.
but Mao
Cool.
doesn't like Mao's like he'll live. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but he already let it out. He told
Yeah,
Ice
he
how he
told me at
felt.
that
That's
particular
it.
night,
It's done
and
and
I
over with.
felt bad. I was just like, I didn't
And
even know
Ice
what to say 'cause I
apologized.
thought I
That's
could
it.
make it like at 7. So I'm like, okay, there's like the reception, like the ceremony. It would last like 2 hours. Like, I know how wedding goes. I can make it.
Yeah.
I can make it. I got there. Boom. It was like just
Yeah.
eating and stuff. It was done. I'm like, ah, crap, man. Oh,
Yeah.
that was total crap.
Well, but that's the beauty of it is that you guys, you converse as men. He told you how he felt and you apologized. And that's it. End of story. Back to partying, like he got married. Nobody got hurt. Nobody, I mean, it's like nobody, like that's what I'm
No,
saying. That's
easy
for
for
me,
you to
that's
say,
what
Rod. Somebody hosted your wedding,
Joe Fisher did.
right? And somebody
And
hosted my wedding too. What if I ended up hosting my wedding? I don't know how I would feel about it,
I know, but what
right?
I'm saying, yeah. No, I wouldn't mind. I mean, like I said, I'm not,
Right? I know, like
dude.
Chuck's all good, so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
he's
just want to
good,
get it out
man. Come
there.
on.
Like, yeah, of course. Like,
Yeah, he's good.
even after that, we still had good relationships. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't really,
he never like kept bringing it up or anything. I don't recall. I just remember the V-neck. All right, that's all I remember.
that I wouldn't forget to though.
but
Like, yeah,
but yeah, like see, for me, that's very important. It's more of like if you have a problem with me, tell me, dude. Message me. Bye, man. Nagkwento, sabi ganito ka daw. Sabi nag-check-in ka daw sa ganito, ganyan. Whatever. Sabi niritan mo daw yung girlfriend ko. Whatever. Tell me. Give me a chance
all
to
right,
defend myself or at least
okay.
explain myself.
I was
That's it.
waiting for you to come back. All
We're
right, so
friends. We're friends, right? So
okay,
you
you
know.
you you were gone earlier. I was trying to tell a story
I was
about
like
that
this. I was like
particular.
this.
Yeah, you were like you were frozen. You froze. All right, so let's go back to flip mode. Flip mode had a breakup. They broke up
Okay.
at that time with the girlfriend, right? And
Okay.
I didn't know why they broke up, but it I was like, what happened? Like, oh, did you hear the news? Somebody came up to me. I forgot which friend, but somebody came up to me and like, oh, flip mode and the girlfriend broke up. Like, why? Because of something you said. Like, what did I say? Because you said that you were just messing with her, that he's not serious with her,
Yeah.
that he's just, he's just one of his trophies. I'm like, what? When did I say that?
Oh,
No,
you
the
said it?
context.
Like you were
No, because
accused?
the context of the story was this was like I said that like 10 months ago when they were not together. Somebody asked me
See,
like, "Oh,
I
is
it's our mouth that always gets us in trouble. All right.
right?" But the
That's
but the
the moral
story
of the
was
story.
no, the story was somebody asked me, "Oh, is your friend serious with like this girl?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I'm well, he likes many girls. I don't know because they were not together at that point." So I was like, "I didn't know." But and I said like, "Well, Flip Mode has, like yeah, he likes a lot of girls, blah blah blah." But I didn't say that in particular. That no, he's just playing with her. No, I didn't say that. But then that story like spiraled and out of control. And after 10 months, that person told the girl that I said that. Like, well, he said he's not serious with you. He's not sure,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And so I was like, oh man, our friendship's ruined because they broke up and blah blah. So I was like, oh, what's gonna happen? Then I saw him at Alimar's. He was like coming out, and I was like, like going in. And the first thing he did was like he
What?
pointed at me. He was like,
Yeah.
he didn't say anything. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, wait a minute, wait a minute. And he just did this like I was like, wait a minute. All right, fine. The conversation took place 10 months ago. This was the story. I didn't say anything. He was like, I know. But he was like, I know. That's why I punched the guy. Because it was another guy who like
Yeah.
fed that information to the girl.
Yeah.
So it was like he knew me already. So it was like he knows. So I thought he
Yeah.
was really mad at me, but
And it-
in actuality, he already punched the other guy because he knew I didn't say that in the context that guy presented the information. So I was like, oh, thank God I have friends like that. Because like other people would have been so mad at me, but like you already knew, but he just like pointed at me like
Yeah,
dude, that
that's
was
how
like 10
friends
months
are.
ago.
That's
Right?
how friends are, man. I mean, like
So
that's
he
how friends are.
understood.
That's how, I mean, like I
They
I
got back
remember
together
telling.
though.
I don't know if Mao's still tuned in, but I remember telling Mao, dude, I remember seeing you and like his best friend Pepper. He's back in the States now. I remember seeing him and Pepper in Calzada. They were like having this argument. Like I was like drinking, and I know both guys already. Pepper's like a neighbor, and Mao's like from UR97 at the time. We were the same station, and I was sitting drinking beer with a friend, and I don't think they noticed us. We were drinking, and I saw both of them, and they were arguing. Like, I thought they were gonna like start throwing brutally honest with each other and not take offense at it, because otherwise, if you can't be honest with your friend, who the heck can you be honest with, right? I mean, the only other person I talk shiz with, besides let's say my best friend, is my wife. Once you get married, she becomes your chismis buddy, right, Ice? Once you
Yeah,
get married,
that's
the
true.
wife
That's
becomes
true.
your chismis buddy. You talk about their people. You talk about you lie in bed. That's what you do. That's your hobby. I don't know if Pinky was ever going to go through that in her life, but once you get married, Pinky, your hubby is going to be your gossip partner. The person will be like,
Thank you
you
for
know,
letting me know. Thank you for giving
and
me the
and
heads up.
and
Yes.
and while you're lying down doing that, you're probably thinking, I wonder which couples are talking about us.
That's true.
I wonder who's
That's
gossiping
true.
about us right now.
Who
It's
gives
like,
a shit?
yeah, exactly. So, anyways, we're about to hit the 2 hour mark. We gotta
Yeah.
like come up with a decent list of like, okay, friendship, what's good, what's bad, what's about it. At least 'cause
Well,
we mentioned some
like
red
I said
flags.
earlier, if you're in a friendship where you think of things like, what will I get out of this friendship, or what am I giving out on this friendship, then that's not friendship at all.
That's
Because you're
not
not
friendship at
supposed to be
all.
thinking about that, like,
Not friendship at all.
those things. You're supposed to be thinking about, like, oh, we're chill, we're happy.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be in your head of, what can you get out of it, or what can you,
Yeah.
like, contribute to that.
It should be
It
the
shouldn't be like that.
friendship shouldn't be stressful.
Yeah.
If it's stressful, talk about it. That's
Mm.
basically it. Don't I can never the first thing my wife would tell me if I told her, babe, para may sinabi si ganito. The first thing my wife would tell me, which any wife would probably tell their husband, why don't you contact him? Why don't you call him? Why don't you ask him? Right? It shouldn't be like, tell someone else about it. Ikalat mo yung chismis. No. So
That's
basically
true.
that's it.
Mm.
If you can take it, the shit out, there should be mutual respect. It should be
Mhm.
mutual respect. You should never rely and depend on your friend. Put them in a position where they become, responsible for your debts, or your providing confidence in you or whatever. They're there. Of course, make sure what role your friends play, and make sure to not expect a role that they cannot play, or they're not in a capacity to do so. I think so. For me, that's what I can say about it. What about you, Pinks? Friendship.
What? What are we
You have
talking
very
about?
few.
I was texting. Yes,
You have very few friends, right? I mean, not very
I
few friends.
do.
You have a lot of friends.
No.
But
I have off the
is
top of my head, I can count
is
7
is
people.
is intelligence like one of the things you hang out with dumb people? I mean, you hang out with us, I know, but I mean, it's like would I mean,
Well, like you said, it has to be. I mean,
because
I'm
I've
not
met your
talking
friends,
people
they're
from
all smart.
Mensa.
I've met your friends, they're all
It's
smart.
it's not like I select people from Mensa or like the world's smartest people club. But like you said earlier, there has to be like some sort of something like same wavelength with that
Ice.
for me for friendship to work.
Just to give you a backgrounder on like Pinky's crowd. This is the crowd that wins trivia nights.
I know.
That's
I was about to bring
the
it up 'cause I
trivia
had so much
nights.
fun.
Hey,
I had
hold
so
on!
much
Didn't I
fun.
bring you guys to trivia night?
Yeah,
You
we
did.
did. We went to trivia
You
nights
did.
together with Chuck.
We did.
Chuck, you,
And then
me, Joe, Shimmy. I think my wife joined at some point. We were
and
Did we
there,
win
and we
something?
lost.
that was the first time she lost, dude. That was the first
Okay, yeah,
time
she was with
Pinky.
us. She
They
was
all
with
saw
us.
Pinky. They were like cringing. Oh, Pinky. And then like, yeah, here come the magic DJs or Killer B DJs,
Hey,
wherever
but
the
Yeah.
heck you are at
we
the time.
killed it with the pop culture and the music.
Yes.
category.
Yes.
I think, yeah,
Everything
But-
that
else
particular
is kind
category.
of
Yeah,
like
we did.
But I think they switched it up when they knew, okay, these are Killer B DJs.
Yeah, I
We're
think so.
not gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
asking
The first
these
time we went
questions,
there, it was
right?
really good. We did very good. Then the
Yes.
next
Yes.
week, they
Yeah.
changed it
Then
all
we
up.
They switched it
did,
up.
They
did
mixed
we
it
do
up.
it 2 times? Did we
Evil
go
We did it
two
two
people.
times?
times. We did it
We
two
did.
times.
We
Yeah.
did twice.
We did.
We
The
won
first
the
time we
first
did it,
time. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Second
Yeah,
I
time,
think we
we
won
sucked.
second place. Yeah, right.
Yeah, like we
But
we
no, I
won't-
just
yeah.
that's my style. I know a lot of people have different styles. They have best friends. I don't have best friends, but I have a really good group of a small number of people that I trust. I think
Yes.
that's the best way I can describe my friendship with all 7 of these people, or 8 of these people.
Well, I know something about you that Iceman doesn't know about. A lot of people don't know
What?
about. So you
What?
trust me a little bit.
Yes,
Our scarred child. Our scarred
right.
child.
Yes, we did. A long time ago, Rod and
I
I got
don't
to
know how I.
talking.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
how it
crazy.
started, but yes,
I don't
we
know
got
how
to
I
talk.
bullied Pinky into telling me that, but it's like
But
I was like
Told
you
you,
blown
didn't
Kinks.
away.
I
I
tell
told
was
me
you,
like,
you
about
should be
that,
careful.
rather.
This guy's a
I was like,
master manipulator. You think I'm a master
No,
manipulator?
no,
This
no.
guy's the master
No,
manipulator. I
it was
kid you not.
we were doing a show, and then I think we were just talking off air,
talking
and it
off
got
air. We're talking
really
off
weird
air.
because
Yeah,
he told
he
me a
was already
really
scheming
specific and
things in his
bizarre
mind.
like moment in his childhood, and I was like, "Hey, you know what? Something traumatic happened too," and we kind
Right.
of
Yeah.
bonded over that
Yeah.
bizarre
Yeah.
incident.
See,
And
you
I
be
thought
careful with this dude. You be careful with
I
this
thought
guy.
mine was
Rod,
bad. I thought mine was,
Rod,
and mine was pretty bad, but Pinky's was like mind blowing.
Rod,
No pun
you're
intended.
the
Yeah.
only person I ever told that story to outside
And
my family. So you better.
you're the only person at the station at the work that you also knew about. Iceman, does Iceman know about it? Do you know? Oh, you know about my scarred childhood, right, Ice?
No,
You
I
should.
did not. You
Oh,
did
that's
not
okay.
tell
So,
me.
Well,
see, Ice doesn't.
No, like you have each of the
We're
secrets
weird.
because you
so
were
there.
talking about it at some point, like I think last week, and I think Pinky was like, "Oh yeah, like what the heck is this? Like, what are you talking? Like, what
We'll
you guys
talk
are
about
talking
it off air.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Yes.
what the heck, man?
Should we
Like,
tell
Yes.
Iceman? Do you trust him enough? No, I don't care. Like, I'll talk about it on there. I don't care. Like, is he a friend? Is he a friend? Come on, like
Those
that's
are-
that's
those are
what's the
that's what's
consensus? What's
that's
the
what's
consensus?
w-
Do not
that's what's
trust that
weird.
guy.
That's what's weird about me. I don't have like a set definition of like oh, this is my best friend because he knows everything about me. No, I may have like a
Right.
really good friend, close friend, but not know a certain detail of my life. And I might know someone like Pinky who like we barely see each other, we don't really hang out every day or whatever, but knows a very, very important
bizarre and
episode in my
specific
life.
point in his childhood.
It's
Yeah,
because you know what? Because different, like I said, different people specialize in different things in your life.
true.
And you
True.
like what Pinky said, compartmentalize. The
Mm,
intellectual conversations, you don't talk to, Django about it. Whoever it is, you talk to basketball. You don't talk to, this guy about it. We went to you have friends that specialize and play
all over
different
the
roles
place.
in your
Yes,
life.
true,
Right,
true,
of
true.
course.
So,
Yes.
Right.
that's all there's to it. Don't expect too much from one friend.
Yes.
Please.
And
So you want to hear?
never
Yeah,
be
yeah, go.
afraid to break up with a friend who's doing more
Yeah.
harm than good.
Have
If it's
you?
an abusive friendship,
Oh,
break
yeah.
it off.
Yes.
You
Simple.
both have broken up
Boom,
with
stop it.
friends.
Yeah, when
Stop
things
it.
get toxic, I pull the
Yeah.
plug.
You're
I
not Britney
freeze you
Spears,
out.
so you can't handle toxic. Just
I
Yeah.
can't
break
really,
it off.
I can't really break up with any friend because it's more of like I never really got that. Like we don't really like. It's not at that point where it's a commitment, But for you
No,
guys, I
like,
think it becomes a commitment.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
if it's a really close friendship, if it's one of those Facebook things, like, oh, we're friends on Facebook, but that doesn't really
Okay,
count. But
Pinky, let
like,
me ask you. But when you and Ice, let me ask you both. Since you have both broken up with friends,
Right.
did you give it a chance? Did you exert every effort to save it?
Nope.
At least
Nope.
find out
Nope.
if
No.
Okay.
That's the way I am. Like if it's done,
it's
it's
just
done. Like
if
I
it
don't
Okay.
care.
if
I
if
don't
it
give a shit.
doesn't feel right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
call it quits.
Okay.
You might
like
call
you
me,
believe you believe in yourself enough. You believe in yourself enough to say, okay, it doesn't take
No,
a
because
genius
I
to figure
feel
this one
like
out,
if
right?
we just let it on for quite some time still, one of us will be hurt. So
Mm.
I would rather pull the plug now and be the bad guy or whatever. Just,
Right.
let's end it. We're not gonna get anything out of it anymore.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. True.
I'm not gonna be a good friend
It
to
will
you. You're
not be
not gonna be a good
beneficial
friend
for
to
both
me.
of us.
Let's
It will be
just forget about
stressful.
each other. But I don't
Yes.
hate the person. That person just
Exactly.
doesn't mean anything
Yeah.
to me anymore.
Exactly.
I don't hate
You're
them. I
indifferent. You're
don't
not
love
mad.
them.
You're
I don't.
indifferent.
It's
Exactly.
like you're
Same
just
with
Got
another
it.
person on earth.
Mhm.
Like it's not like you're saying bad things about them or hating
Oh,
them
no,
still.
no,
No, it's just
No.
absolutely
it's
not.
done. It's
If
done.
you
It's
ask
like,
me right now where that person is, I would not be able to answer you because I
Exactly.
really do not
Same
have
here.
any idea.
okay, one
The
more
only
question.
the
one more
only time
question.
that I would like remember them is that when people bring him up, like during reunions, like, have you already talked to? Like, no, I told you. Why would you bring it up? I have forgotten about
Okay.
him, and now I remember
One more
him again.
question. One more
Right.
question.
Okay.
Same,
Last one because I got to work
related to
tomorrow.
that.
Right.
Yeah, same situation. Last one. How would you react if you bumped into them in public or at a party?
I'm probably not
Where you
gonna.
have
I'm
no
not gonna
choice?
say anything. I'm just
It
gonna walk
already
away.
happened. I just walk
Really?
past her,
Yeah.
him or her. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do the same. I would just
I'd
walk
be
away.
like, I'm just leave.
Really?
I will
Yes.
not even look
Like-
at the person. I just like walk away. I
Yes,
was just like,
no
pack up now, pack
acknowledgement.
up, pack up.
Because you
pack
know
up.
what, Rod?
Oh
Again,
my
I am
God. I've
saving
never
them
done
from
that to anyone.
trouble. Rod, I'm saving them the trouble of trying to act nice
Exactly.
to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
hi, Pinks, and we both know
I
what's
think
happening.
Rod
we
can be
both know what
civil.
Oh, wow.
He
happened.
can be civil. I
I'd be
cannot.
like,
I would just like walk
and
away.
Yeah, I can be
And-
civil. I can be civil.
I
as a
cannot.
person
I
with
just walk
glasses,
away.
if you see me at the mall and I'm not wearing glasses, don't bother saying hi to me because I probably can,
I know.
tell you
I
from
know.
everybody else.
I know.
Right? So I
Yeah,
always
that
have an
happened one time
excuse.
at the
Like,
mall.
"Hindi ka nag-hi
You
sa
did this to
akin,
me.
I said hi to you." So I have an excuse. Like, I always just say, "I'm sorry, I
Okay.
wasn't wearing my glasses."
All right.
But
So
me, I
you,
would
you
just,
two
like,
can
walk
totally
away.
just like,
I just,
okay,
like,
I
walk
got it.
away.
I got
Yeah,
it. I got it.
freeze you
All right.
out.
I'm never gonna talk
Right.
to them.
But
Never.
at the end of the day, it's better to have friends than enemies. But if you
Yeah.
can't,
Yes.
if your
But
friends can
don't
become a
get me
bad
wrong,
enemy,
Rod. Those
know.
people aren't enemies. They're just
Yeah.
people.
They're
You
just
know,
like
Okay.
people. They're just
See,
like
you're
not in our
actually
lives anymore.
same thing with
They're
Ice.
not
That's what he
enemies.
said.
Yeah.
That's what he said too. Like I don't hate him. Like I just don't.
Yeah, they
you know,
just
fair.
we just stop meaning
Man,
anything
I don't
to
have-
each other.
I don't think I have that in me. But like I
yeah.
said, I try not to be too attached
But
to people to
but
begin with.
I do treasure my friends. All what 5, 8, 7 of them. I treasure
So
them. But
the moral of the story is, and let's probably end on this note: if you're gonna have friends, so-called friends, whatever, you cannot define it per se because tomorrow next year's friends might be different from this year's friends. But at the end of the day, quality over quantity.
Take
absolutely,
care of your friendship.
Quality over quantity.
yes,
That's it.
absolutely.
Are we all friends? The three of us at least?
Yeah. I would assume so. I
Except
assumed.
Pinky.
I
except
already
Ice,
assumed that.
Pinky. Except Iceman. He doesn't know something about us that we
Yeah.
know.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I'm just like, what the
club.
heck? Am I
Yes.
the outsider in this equation? What the heck?
It's the Rod and Pinky show. What are you talking about?
Right, yeah. Saturday night, they were talking about like, oh, they were like, yeah, like, woo, like, yeah, I was just like, huh? I have to
Right.
pretend
So
like,
we're not-
oh, yeah.
So I suggest if you have work tomorrow, let's not talk about it tonight. Let's talk about Wednesday because off air it's gonna take longer.
No, it's
You better get.
what do you mean like longer? Like it will take like really long?
Wait,
Oh,
hold
you
on.
mean- you
Yes, we do
You want
have.
to talk off air? You still want to talk off air?
Yeah, but like how long will
No.
it take? Like how
Let's-
long will
I don't
that
care.
story take?
It's long.
really-
It's long.
It's long.
It's
All right,
long.
okay.
It's
Rod.
very long.
Let's reserve it for the
Very, very long. Knowing
Ah,
Iceman,
crap.
it
All right.
will be long.
Yeah.
Okay,
There will be
weekend. All right,
questions and
okay.
explanations.
All right, weekend then. Okay,
let's just end this.
Let's have,
Once you end the
yeah.
show, that's it. We're all gone.
All right, all right.
No,
okay.
right.
Then
no off-air
we'll
message.
talk about it
Yeah.
weekend. Okay. People remind me on Saturday that I have to
Talking
bring it
about
up
this on air.
so that we will talk
know,
about it
Pinky,
on Saturday night.
Iceman's
the
not
show,
gonna get
Saturday
any
night.
sleep tonight. He's not gonna get any
he'd
sleep.
be
He'd be like,
what happened?
Galagawa.
What
What's
is
up,
it?
buddy?
Yeah.
They're keeping something from me.
Well, I was already suspecting, but then now that you came out with it, like crap. So
Yeah.
I thought right because you kind of like
you're
talked
tell-
about it
so-
last Saturday.
So Pinky and I were like, like snickering. Iceman was like, we had no electricity, and Pinky were like,
Didn't you know? Yes.
no electricity. You know what we went through?
Come on, man! Like really,
Really?
Yes,
Like,
worse
really,
than that. Not
Yeah,
no.
really.
Okay,
Really?
That
Really,
context
bro.
of no electricity. That was like a long time. That was like 10 months no electricity. 10 months, dude.
Oh
it was
man,
not like for a night.
now-
It was
now-
10
I would
months.
take 10 months of no electricity and then some over
Yes,
what I went.
Yes. Same here. Of course.
And
Right,
Rod
okay.
too.
I-
Yeah.
All right, let's
I
stop
take a
this.
year.
Let's stop this
Okay.
because I think this is
Yes,
getting out
let's
of hand.
wrap this up. because
I
this
need
is
some
becoming
sleep
a
tonight.
very
I need some
bizarre
sleep tonight.
Yes, it's like a contest
this
of
is so
who has
bizarre.
the weirdest childhood.
Guys,
But yes,
Okay.
thank
at
you
the
so
end of
much
the
for
day,
hanging out
we
with
were
us.
triggered. Promote friendship, love all, respect all. It's better to have
Right.
friends than enemies. All right, that's all there is to it.
That's very true. All right. So
All
thanks
right.
for joining us.
Thank
My name is
you.
Iceman.
Rod Rodriguez.
And I'm Pinky. Good night.
This has been the OK Show. We are out.